up, and welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 466, presented by Underdogs Fantasy. It is the home of your 18-14, third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Suck one. It almost happened to me, fellas. It almost happened to me. I almost got slipped up, caught up today. When it was 1-0 Giants. Again, we don't like to jump ahead here. I'm just laying the foundation.
This is my favorite.
Again, we don't like to jump ahead here.
Hold
on. We're not going to jump ahead here.
We're not doing it.
We can't jump ahead here.
We don't do that here.
But in the finale of this series, when it was 1-0 Giants and Tyler O'Neill hit a double to drive in a run and tie this baseball game, I was like, fuck, it's happening. It's happening. It's like looking at the Green Goblin mask. And what I'm explaining to you right now is the feeling that I went from thinking, man, I am not excited about this Red Sox team at all. I kind of want to jump ahead to 2025. Like, I wish I could just be knocked out and woken up in 2025 so I can enjoy my baseball team. But I tell you what, when Tyler O'Neill drove in that run, I was fighting the urge. I was fighting the urge to say, I think I'm at the point where I'm starting to expect the Red Sox to win baseball games. Like, I was like, I forgot what it was like to feel this way. I forgot what it was like to watch a baseball game with my favorite baseball team and not expect something to go horribly wrong. And I'll even give you another positive spin. The Red Sox lost this game today, but like, I didn't feel bad about it. They were turning clean double plays. They didn't make any errors. They didn't do anything stupid. Winkowski still pitched pretty good. Like, if you know, shit.
Yeah.
You know,
no, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
We've gotten about 10 days of honestly really great baseball. The Red Sox have been number one in batting average and second in OPS.
Coley.
I think what Tyler's trying to say is,
Yeah,
that's way cooler.
Yeah. I mean, Alex Cora talked about it in the press conference after the game today. He's like, everyone wants to talk about how great our pitching is, but you look at the offensive numbers, we're doing pretty good too. I think Loomer said it on the podcast, the broadcast today. By the way, Tyler, you're getting a suspension coming up in a second. Yes, Tyler.
What did you think happened after the game? Did that make you happy? Did that make you excited about the Red Sox?
I don't like your tone.
I don't like that you just like we're trying to have like a positive conversation and you're just like Coley.
Tyler's trying to skip to the end of the series, which we don't do.
We don't skip ahead, dude.
Ever.
He wants to talk about after the series was over. No. You got passed up on. We need to figure out a stronger punishment for Tyler because he's at 50 plus suspensions for the whole year. No one else is in double digits. So it's like, at what point? I mean, if you have like 50 arrests on your record, you're just not fit for society. Right. That's when it's like you lock them away, death penalty, shit like that. I don't know what we're gonna have to do with this guy. Like he just like I'm not gonna give him what he wants. He just basically asked for a suspension. He was like, oh yeah, let's fucking jump ahead and talk about roster moves. And I know what he meant by that. I know what you fucking meant by that. What, Tyler?
As a genuine friend, and you're talking about how you're feeling, your outlook for the team right now, losing one of your favorite players, if not your favorite player on the team, I'm worried about you.
He's the best player on the team.
Your favorite player.
He's the best player on the team. He's my favorite player.
Has the best player on the team ever been optioned to AAA during the season?
Manny Ramirez.
Yeah.
Under this context,
Ruiz just happened in Oakland.
Jackson Miller's
Holiday
on that team.
just got optioned. Jackson Holiday, Bobby Dahlbeck. You're going to tell me Jackson Holiday wouldn't be the best player on the Orioles talent-wise?
No, not right now.
Talent-wise?
Talent-wise, sure. Bob, if he had all the talent in the world at his skill set with what he has.
And he does. He hit a home run in 5 straight games. Name one guy in the Red Sox that's done that. Can't do it.
I can't name anyone right now on the team who's done
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yeah. The
King of
answer
Worcester's
is no
back,
one else
baby.
has done that. The answer is no one else has done that. But see, I was in a good mood and Tyler just pissed me off. I mean, I was in a great mood. I actually saw that on the Section 10 Reddit the other day. They were like, the show's been so awesome because Jared's been in a much better mood. And then Tyler was like, you know what? It'd be a shame if something happened to that good mood. Let's open up the show talking about his best friend getting demoted to Worcester. Let's do that. Why? The Red Sox just won a series. They just won a series, Tyler.
We had talked about it, Jerry, on the podcast. It's on Section 10 here.
Yeah.
I did think you were a little bit too sad. Like we had addressed it when you came up. No, about the team. Like I'm talking not that far ago. Like I think there was enough to be optimistic about. Not to say that I saw them winning 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point with them losing the finale, and we don't jump ahead on this show. But
no, we don't jump ahead.
A lot of times the phrase "gentleman's sweep" is used in like a best of 7 series.
Mm-hmm.
This was a gentleman's sweep in a best of 3. Like
you thought they all played them today?
No, I didn't. But I think they just kind of gave them that. You know what, Giants. I like the Giants. I think everyone kind of.
Yeah.
Well, the Dodgers fans don't, but the Giants are always kind of a nice team to watch. It's good for us on the West Coast. It's like nice. We finish our game. They got a cool park. We can watch their games. We wanted to send them back with a W. It was a very kind gesture.
Mike Yastrzemski hitting a home run, like that's cool. Not to jump ahead, but he did that in the series finale today. Mike Yastrzemski hit the home run. It was like, oh, of course. Of course, he has to hit one in this series.
That wasn't
he's Carl Yastrzemski's grandson.
It wasn't, which is crazy, right? Because then he played here, Carl Yastrzemski, for a long time. I don't know if you know the connection at all, but the point of that home run was to give it to him. He grooves a pitch. It's a nice thing to do. He didn't actually give up a real home run, you know?
Yeah. No. Yeah, not to take anything away from Mike Yastrzemski, but that was, they gave that one to him.
You get it, though, right? Because, like, Carl Yastrzemski played here. He was a big deal. And then it's like, oh, my God, same last name.
Yep.
Hit a home run into a bullpen that, like, Carl Yastrzemski hit home runs into. You guys get this?
Yeah.
All right.
Blew my mind.
I follow.
Okay.
And not to jump ahead, but, I mean, the sun in this game was
crazy sun.
A motherfucker. That sun, I mean, if I was playing out there, I'd be dropping balls left and right. Steve?
Can we do applause for Jaron Duran and how he handled the sun today?
Nah, they lost.
They lost. That's okay. That's okay.
They lost. Tyler?
Can we do an applause for Jaron Duran, who's 91st percentile outs above average right now, while playing center field? Come on. For people who thought he couldn't play center field, is their argument for why?
Coley.
Since I was in a great mood. We all were. We're not jumping ahead or anything like that. We were all in a great mood. Yeah. But since Tyler wanted to bring down the vibe so, like, just through the floor, like an anvil attached to Wile E. Coyote's feet after he steps off a cliff, can we give the opposite of a round of applause? Can we, like, chuck tomatoes at whoever's the Nesson camera operator behind home plate?
Yeah.
But when there's, like, a weak pop-up to shortstop, he just fucking hammers it so it goes straight up. Yeah,
I don't know who that was. They're probably listening.
For sure. I know it's a tough job. Like, I know it's not an easy job by any means. But the actual home runs look like they're going to hit, like, the bottom of the monster. And the non-home runs, it's like, is this going, like, past the pike? Is this headed to New York?
I got to say, we got friends at Nesson, so I try to not tweet about Nesson. But when I tweet about Nesson... Nesson fucked up. And like this has happened a lot this season where we're literally looking at the moon for like a pop out to short. And it's like, come on now, let's clean it up.
Tyler?
I don't mean to piss on Nesson either, but we also have the entire issue of the player interviews taking place and the homers happening when that happens. This is another crisis that people aren't talking about enough. If there's an interview in the dugout, someone's going 400 feet deep. And it's not the Red Sox.
Do you think maybe that's...
I'm leaping ahead.
And
We don't
that's
jump ahead
do
here, though.
that
Don't
on this
fucking
show.
do, Tyler. We don't fucking do it. We don't jump ahead on the podcast. Like, do you think maybe that was in the handy dandy notebook, Tyler? You think there's a line in there about the dugout interviews and how they always give up home runs when they happen, Tyler? You think maybe that's in there?
And none of us have been jumping ahead. None of us were doing
None
it.
of us have been jumping ahead. We haven't even
'Cause we
opened
know.
the fucking book yet.
We don't jump ahead.
Book's not even open yet. Tyler, what?
I apologize for leaping ahead.
Thank you.
The reason why I'm very cautious about the suspensions this episode.
Speaking of Nesson, there's a fucking there's a brand new podcast out called 310 to Left that Tyler couldn't wait to promote. Do you think the co-founder of Coke when Pepsi came out was like, yo, this shit's gonna go so hard. Oh, I can't wait to sip on that shit. Fuck you, Tyler.
Mom, I'm
That's
good.
those two guys, TC and Alex Spear, doing a podcast together is gonna be awesome. And Red Sox fans are gonna be super excited about that. And here we have a very own co-host of ours being like, yo, this shit's gonna be fucking sick, dude. You gotta check this out. Like, hello? Whose side are you on here? There are competition now, Tyler. 310 to Left. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube.
Yeah, shut this off immediately. Go
Yeah,
listen
stop
to that.
listening to this right now.
Yeah,
Like a
they're
310
super
to left.
nice guys. TC's a voter. Maybe
He is.
you know what? Alex Spear might probably get a vote out of this. You know, he might get a vote out of this now. Who knows? He's a very nice guy. I had breakfast with him. Go ahead, Tyler. Yes.
I just was excited to see Alex Spear on a podcast. And
Yeah,
they
we
had
saw
Theo.
how excited you were.
All
Yeah,
right, I didn't throw a party.
Yeah,
I
put
was
out
showing
a public
support.
statement about it. Crazy.
I was trying to encourage others. Be uplifting.
To what?
Reach your highest dreams.
There's
Be
only
what
so
you
many
wanna be.
hours in the day, Tyler. There's only so many hours in the day. And you know what? This is a perfect time. This is a perfect time to say this, to make this statement. Thank you for choosing Section 10. There are a lot of Red Sox podcasts out there these days. There's hundreds now. Back when we started, there was one. So it wasn't that much of an honor. You know, it was just kind of like, yeah, thanks for listening, but what else are you going to listen to? Now there's 6,000 Red Sox podcasts. Thank you for choosing Section 10.
And we were thinking of calling it 420 to center, but we went with section
Yeah,
10.
302 to right. We were going to do that, but
Yeah.
landed on Section 10. Yes, Tyler.
Can I ask something of you? As a friend,
Yep.
there's someone, the suspension page actually, on Twitter,
Yes.
that said if I didn't get suspended 4 times during the show, they would pay for my next 99 order. We are 15 minutes in.
I feel like that's cheating to tell me that, though.
I'm just speaking to you. I'm releasing my feelings. You don't have to do anything.
I might suspend you 10 times just so I'll pay for your fucking 99 meal. I don't care, just to be able to suspend you 10 more times. You deserve it. Coley?
I say we call the 99 in Brockton and tell him you see this fucking guy walk in and
Yeah.
charge him double.
Yeah.
Double charge this guy.
Yeah.
I'm on my
Yeah.
best behavior this episode.
Be like, hey, if you see this guy, just know I'm the manager of the 99 over here in Saugus, which has been closed for 2 years. And this guy fucking robbed me blind. He came in here. He ate all my chicken parm.
But
and-
here's the Tyler's not eating good right now. Tyler's eating light.
You
So
know
like, I
what?
don't think this bill's going to be that big. Tyler's
I
looking
was gonna
good.
say that.
Thank you.
He look noticeably slimmer. You like it's
Mhm.
noticeable now. Like back when you were saying like you lost like 15 pounds, I was like, where? But now I see it. Nick, now you look.
What were you
look
like
svelte.
before?
I was like,
All right.
Well, I mean, look at him. Stand up, Tyler.
Right now?
He looks good.
Look at him. Look at him. That shirt's baggy on him.
While he's up, can we see some nips? I mean, there were 2 triples
yeah,
in
there
the
were two
series.
triples. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
It's a
Just
live
point,
stream
yeah.
exclusive right there.
Yeah, you can see it in your face. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's noticeable.
That's
I mean,
where you
got-
notice, by the way. That's where you, the face is the first thing you can notice.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of partially because it's your face, you know,
Right.
And like you're looking at it, you can
Yep.
see faces.
Thirst traps
Gotta
coming
see
soon.
faces.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Thirst traps coming soon.
Okay. I feel like that's disrespectful to Martha, but okay.
Super.
She knows I'm hot.
Yeah. 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 Actually, you know what? Next week, speaking of you and Martha, because you guys went to what? SZA? What concert was that?
Nicki Minaj.
SZA.
Nicki Minaj. I am going to Ashanti next week.
You serious?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
What day is this?
Is
I
she
want to say it's
pregnant?
Thursday. I don't know. Is she?
That's a Red
I know
Sox
it's
off
an
day,
off
isn't
night.
it?
Yeah,
Damn it.
it's a Red Sox off day, which was my point. It's the 9th.
She's definitely pregnant.
Is she?
I hope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to Ashanti next week, and I picked a Red Sox off night to do it, not a huge crucial game like Tyler did.
I apologize for that, and you were right to suspend me and punish me.
It's big of you.
My tribal chief.
Thank you. Acknowledge me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for thanking me.
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
All right, let's open up the notebook, the handy dandy notebook. But before we do that, it's a big night for Boston sports, as you know. We're trying to fucking whip through this podcast clean 40. I think we're already 30 in. We haven't even started yet.
Telling you.
Yeah. We got to talk about Underdog Fantasy because you do have the ability to mix and match sports, and it feels like a pretty good night to be doing that, Jake. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home run. And today's slate sucked, by the way. Today's
Bad
slate.
slate.
I mean, it's a
Bad
Thursday.
slate.
They usually suck on Thursdays, but whatever. You could have had a little Red Sox Bruins action going on. But make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money. It's a ton of fun, and it's even more fun on nights like tonight when you're going to have the Bruins trying to end the Leafs season out here. I heard Austin Matthews, what is he, sick? Is he hurt? What's his problem, Steve?
Think it's the sniffles?
Ah.
Vaughn Grissom has the sniffles.
Yeah, he had the flu though. That's a little bit more serious
Big
than
flu
just
guy.
the sniffles. Yeah. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared though, Jared, and Underdog will double. That's right, it'll double your first deposit up to $100. That is Underdog Fantasy. Download that app right now. Use the promo code Jared, Jared.
I have something maybe ignorant to say, and this isn't about baseball.
no.
We'll get to the
Okay.
Sox eventually.
All right.
And
Sure.
this surrounds Austin Matthews, Giannis Antetokounmpo, all
Yep.
these guys, Dame Lillard.
Mhm.
I always think, and this is, again, an ignorant line because we're not athletes. Well, we are, just not at that level. If you're hurt so badly that you...
Coley.
Tyler, what?
What?
What are you doing, dude? Is that
can't-
from a gas station? There's no
That
way
can't be
that's
official.
like a
There's
real.
no way that's official.
No.
That looks like an official tag on it.
It's officially official. This is as real
What
as
is
it
that?
gets.
What is that? Is that a
It's
Bruins
the
hat?
City Connect. City
Tyler
Connect
would
hat.
get a gas station
Is
hat
that-
and then put an official tag on it
Yeah.
to be like, I promised you it's official.
This
Is
the
that
real
is
deal.
that a City Connect Bruins hat?
No, it's
No.
a Red Sox. That's
This
the
is the one-
Boston
That's not
B.
the Red Sox B. So no,
For the City Connect jersey, it is.
no.
I swear that's a UCLA hat, if anything.
Nope. Brand new. I wanted to join the hat. We're hat guys, all of us. So
Well,
No. I don't wear
There's a
hats.
rule. Jared's
I don't
a
wear
hat
hats.
guy.
Jake's,
I haven't
did you
seen
see
Jake
us
in a
putting it on mid-show?
I just thought I saw it. It came to me. It felt right.
You know what, dude? If it makes you happy, wear the fucking hat.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
Should I go backwards?
No, please don't.
I might feel more comfortable with it backwards, to be honest. Steve.
So real quick, if you're healthy enough to play like the next day, just play today, right? There you go. That looks a lot better.
No,
So-
it doesn't. That's fine. Whatever. Again, whatever makes you happy.
All right, game one.
I don't know if we're gonna win this game, but it feels like it right now. 3 hits in the first inning. Ref Snyder RBI single, 1-0 Sox. It just felt like they came out of the gates real hot, and it was against Logan Webb at the time. 19 or 19 inning scoreless streak. I was like, okay, like they're hitting the ball all over the place. This feels like the 2007 World Series out here, where it's like, man, they just came out of the gates firing. Like they didn't even have a second to breathe. The Rockies team plane didn't even touch the fucking ground yet, and it was already 1-0 in the first inning. Next line here says, Garrett Cooper sucks. Swing the fucking bat, dude. Backwards K in the second inning.
I'll see where this is going.
Swing the fucking bat, dude. Backwards K, second inning. Next line here says, Reese, walk, stolen base, Duran, RBI single, 2-0 Sox. Rob Refsnyder wants to be an all-star starter. He does. RBI single, 3-0 Sox in the third. Cooper Criswell is actually nasty, no cap. Do you have anything to back that up for me, T-Dog?
Yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of another tweak from Andrew Bailey here and how he's working with Cooper Criswell, who the Rays couldn't turn into an actual starting pitcher or even a useful pitcher a year ago. But his new arsenal, big thing is he eliminated the slider that he was throwing last year, and he's throwing the changeup about 10% more. Still sinker, sweeper, changeup as his primary mix with the cutter, but we're talking about a guy who misses barrels, 90th percentile hard hit percentage, 81st percentile barrel percentage, doesn't walk anyone. Come on. This is a hell of a find by Craig Breslow and Andrew Bailey.
Yeah. I think Coley helped too a little bit on that one.
No, I was against Cooper, so I don't get any credit when he cooks.
Okay. Next line here says, Willier is a fucking superstar, RBI triple, 4-0 Sox in the fourth. Next line says, I never liked Alex Verdugo. I love Willier Abreu with a star.
You didn't like Verdugo? That's surprising.
Never liked him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I never liked him. I always had to like try.
Okay. You never liked Verdugo at any point?
No.
Okay.
Maybe there were points where I liked him.
Okay.
Why?
This
I know
feels
you
like some
loved him.
revisionist
Like, you want to like
history.
fucking retire his number
this
and
feels
shit.
like a little revisionist history that you never liked.
Why?
Verdugo. I think that's a little nuts.
I had to like warm up to him.
Yeah, but he was one of few things to like for a little while there.
When?
When the team sucked, when he was on the team and playing
Which year?
well.
It was all of them.
It was all.
That's
of them.
my point. Yeah,
Except for 21.
You could argue that might have been the problem.
he's the only reason they weren't good. Yeah,
Did
Listen.
get MVP votes in 2020.
there you go, T-Dog.
People forget
Everything
that.
that happened in 2020 on the sports front looks faker the farther we get away from it.
Don't say that. Dominic Smith is on this team now.
He is, no doubt.
That is true. Fact.
Respect him.
A Heim target, by the way. I'm giving, if he does well, Heim gets credit.
Agreed.
Next line here says Cooper, not Criswell. Garrett Cooper. Garrett Cooper is cooked. Time for more Bob. Very good player.
That's just what it says there.
Very good
There's a
player.
star next to it here.
Okay.
I have to be more specific moving forward about the Coopers, especially on Criswell start days. 5 innings, 79 pitches, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, a 1.65 ERA for Cooper Criswell. We like him a lot. Weissert and Kelly are both filthy. Couple days later, I mean, it's not to take away anything from Zach Kelly. He's still the sweeper slider is still filthy, but not a good day at the office for him today. Big play by Valdez. This was in the 9th. It was first and second, recorded the out at first for the second out, made it second and third. Major league leading 6th shutout for the Boston Red Sox in the series
Crazy.
opener. Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't want to overlook the fact that they got all over Logan Webb. 9 hits off of Logan Webb in
That's
less
pretty
than 4 innings. That's the first time that's happened in his career. That's
Oh.
the difference in the series.
Yeah.
They got a run per inning the first 4 innings, didn't score the rest of the game. Those are nice for us. You're up 4-0 early, and then you can just kind of hang out. Nobody scores the rest of the game, especially when you got Bruins and Celtics also going on as well. So fun night in the opener. A lot of fun. Outside of obviously Garrett Cooper, who was terrible. He got hit, right? Did we talk about that? That was in game 1, right?
Sure
He got
got
one?
hit. Yeah. Sure
You
did.
probably like that, Jared, right?
No, I don't like when people
Okay.
get hurt, but I knew that it was the
That something
baseball
was
god's
coming
way
for
of
how much
saying,
he
Bob,
stunk.
Yeah, Bob's
Yeah.
got to get back in there.
No, true.
Like Bob's such an athlete. There's no way that ball touches him.
Yeah, Bob's getting out of the way of that shit.
Bob's
Mhm.
swinging at that.
No, that's
Tyler, I
story.
don't mean to
You know
throw you
what?
under the bus here. I normally have your back. you had a tweet that said Bob finishes with these stats. The implication that Bob's not coming back, I think, is crazy because he can't kill. Bob is never dead. I feel like he's never going to die. He's always going to be back
next
right?
week. He's down there to recharge.
There's a chance, a very real chance, but I do think the Red Sox, the fact that they're telling you they'd prefer Dominic Smith on this roster at this point, and they're willing to go with those options is pretty
They're
telling.
just giving him a little look-see.
They said, hey, you're sitting in AAA and you opt out of your contract? We'll send Bob down. Don't even have to think
giving him
twice.
a look-see, dude. Everyone
Jared, what would
deserves
you
a
do if
look-see.
they DFA Bob? What would you do?
I go where he goes.
Okay.
I go where he goes. I'm a Bob guy first. Red Sox guy second. Tyler?
Were you upset that Bob didn't speak with the media?
He had a shit.
Oh,
It was nothing. It was not.
It was just
nothing-
poop related. Yep.
Yeah, it was nothing personal, dude. And I know what you're trying to do here and paint him out to be a bad guy, but he's not. So
I like Bob as a guy. I think he's an exciting guy. His teammates like him. He seems to be a vibes guy. He's just not, succeeding at the moment on the field consistently.
Yeah, I think they demoted him coming off a 6-game on base streak. You know anyone else that performs for a week straight doing awesome and then gets demoted for it?
If they're only infield singles, it's typically not going to do much for you.
Hold up.
Good defense, though.
You think they're only infield singles?
A majority. That's not opinion. That's fact. He mastered the art of the infield single.
We can move on. You're the one. Like, people are coming at me for talking about Bob all the time. You're the one that won't shut the fuck up about the guy. I'm trying to talk about game 2 of this fucking series.
You're wishing bad on Garrett Cooper, our new first baseman.
I've never wished bad on anybody.
You're preying on his downfall. You're telling him he already sucks.
Yeah, no, Coley.
Jared hasn't said anything about Garrett Cooper. The Notebook has just stated the facts.
I read the fucking line, dude. I read the line.
Bob for infield singles. Cooper hasn't even done that yet.
No. Tyler?
Rule number 1, every book has an author.
Yeah,
The Bible?
who wrote the Bible?
God.
No, we don't know.
His disciples.
And it's the most high-selling book of all time. No one knows who the fuck wrote it. So not every book has an author and that needs to do well. Idiot.
Fair point.
Okay, this is the middle game here. We're cruising. We're gonna get to the Bruins in no time. I'll tell you what. This is a middle game here. Didn't love Cutter giving up a bomb during an interview. And that happened in the third inning. It was 1-0 Giants. This game is tied because someone decided to build a giant wall over 100 years ago. Devers RBI double. I mean, that because of the camera angle, we were talking about the Nesson camera angles earlier. I don't know if it scraped the wall. It looked like whoever was playing left field was like running back and thought they were going to hit the wall. And to me, it looked like it just bounced on the track.
Whoever's playing left was as confused as the camera person. It was constant confusion. Devers was confused. He made contact and then looked up and was like, I should probably start running. There's a chance this is a double.
The way he looked up, I thought it was going to be in that like alley of foul territory between third base and the wall over there. That's arguably our stupidest wall in the entire park. That left field wall, like to foul territory.
You're saying like a 1.5 feet of foul territory over there?
Yeah, that, but like how high up it goes is outrageous. Like there's no reason for it to go that high.
Killed Blake Swihart.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
We can't talk about killing Blake
Swihart. I was going to say.
Right. Oh my God,
I didn't say that either.
I didn't say
that. I didn't say that.
Blake's mom, I didn't say shit.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it's on video. I wasn't even looking.
I've never even considered his death.
Love Blake.
Yeah.
Hope he's breathing good.
Mm-hmm. Sucking in that O2? O2.
Yeah.
We're fucking bunting, ? Grow up. And that made it 2-2 in the fourth. I believe it was Mike Yastrzemski, who I do love. But he did bunt, and it drove in a run, which pissed me off a lot. We don't do that.
No.
We don't do that. This is a gentleman's game. It's Fenway. It's a Wednesday. We don't bunt on Wednesdays.
Never.
No, that's like some Sunday shit. That's like, oh, it's a family day.
Let's
Oh,
get away
like
day.
I took my kids to the game and they're 2 and 3 and they're just eating ice cream. They're not even paying attention. That's when you lay down a bunt, not on a Wednesday night. And he knows that because his grandfather is Carl Yastrzemski.
That is true. One thing I wanted to add in that home run by Tom Murphy, I think is who hit it. Take your time, brother. Isn't that's who hit it, right? He took like an hour rounding the bases. I'm like, who is this guy? He's hit 10 homers in the last 3 years.
He's acting
like
that's why he's taking his time. I smell the roses, dude. If you don't,
because he's never hit one, so he can just trot around. I mean, that's a fair counter. But I was stunned. I'm like, what's going on? I thought he was hurt, but no,
his name's Tom Murphy. Like
maybe.
Yeah, we don't even
this
know.
Guy
We know
it's made up.
Fake name.
We know it's T. Murphy. That's all we know. That's all the evidence we have.
He's 33, got a stash. He looks like he's wearing a disguise, Tom Murphy. There's a chance he was just a fan that got out there, got to play, hit a homer, and was like, I'm going to soak this up because I'm never getting this again.
Also, the first time anyone's gone deep on Cutter Crawford this year, so maybe we're at the point where people just see that as such an achievement. Oh, look, I hit a homer off the guy who leads MLB in F-WAR for starting pitchers.
There's no way he knew that.
I'm guessing he did. He's Tom Murphy.
Tom Murphy is knowledgeable. This is true.
Red Sox outfielders lead the majors in OPS. Do you know that?
I know it now.
869. Yep. They're hitting Red Sox outfielders hitting 287, which leads the majors. They have a 372 on base, which is second. And then they're slugging 497, which is first.
Another quick shout out to Cutter. He liked our promo the day of his start. Dedication. This guy had a start that night. He liked our promo before he went out there and dealed. The 17 wins promo, the 16 and 14.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he liked that the day of his start. I'm impressed.
That's how he got locked in. He was like, people believe in us.
He's like, we want to do one game better than what people expect, and I'm going to keep that going.
They landed on it. Tyler?
You can argue if he likes one of our posts, that means he'll have the best start of his career. 7 innings was the longest start of Cutter Crawford's entire career.
Yes.
First time in his career, he's gone 6+ in 3 straight starts.
Keep liking those posts, brother.
Like the post, dude. Like the post.
Like the post, dude.
Share it, like it, share the live.
Click on me.
Wong just hits. It's a double. Valdez, RBI double, 3-2 Sox in the fourth. Duran goes nips for trips, RBI, 4-2 Sox in the fourth. Where were those titties at last night, T-Dog? Where were they at?
They were on the timeline. They're the OG titties. You're not getting fresh titties until we do another stream.
I kind of want live nips, dude.
Me
I
too.
kind of
It's
want
like,
live nips, especially because you keep dropping out. Tyler looks sexier by the week. Can we see those nipples?
Yeah, I want to see them fucking titty balls.
I'm getting saggy though. They're not as they're not like they used to be.
Come on.
They're losing. They're getting clean. They're getting trim.
The
trim
titty
nips.
juice. It's gone.
Oof, that's tough to hear.
What's gone?
The titty juice.
You're out of it.
It's leaking.
You're out of it.
I'm lactating.
Okay. Dom Smith RBI knock. Bob could have done that. And listen. I'm not saying, like, Tyler, before you open your mouth, it says right here, Bob could have done that.
In the book.
I didn't say.
If it was 2021, maybe.
Shut up. It says, it doesn't say Bob would have done that, because that's an opinion that you can't really fact check. Bob could have done that. Well, of course he could have. He could have.
No doubt.
Any objections?
All I'm going to say
is
I think Dom Smith looks good in a Red Sox uniform. That's all.
He looks clean.
I think there's certain guys that come to town and it's like, this doesn't
Cole,
look
you disagree?
Right. I think he looks good in the Sox uni. Of course, they're giving 2 to anybody who wants it. It's the new Nomar treatment for bogey.
He needs he's a bigger fella. He needs double digits.
Yeah, what's a good number for Dom Smith? Like
22 even.
12.
Yeah, add another 2. I think it would
22, 44. Yeah. I could see him being a 44.
Yeah, Gabe Kapler, big back.
Yeah, Cabrera wore 44 too, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Kapler was 19.
Exact same body as Dom Smith.
Kapler wore 19 and 44, but Orlando Cabrera's the 44 that I know.
Yeah.
Talk about a hilarious TikTok follow, Gabe Kapler. You guys follow him on the talk? He does these little like motivational speeches that are funny but unintentionally.
I can't stand him.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he that bad? I don't think
Are they
he's
like
that bad.
Andrew Tate quality? Like, is he speaking
Well, he'll
to me
just
as
be
an alpha
sitting down and
male?
he's like, sometimes
He's-
you just gotta take in the nature and take in what the world gives you. I'm like, what's going on
All
here?
right,
This
dude,
is-
shut up.
Yeah,
Shut up.
the comments are always like your unemployed friend on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on here.
Yeah. It's like when on what is that like meme when it's like you got the guy like wearing a suit and he's like giving like the motivational like quotes and it's like, dude, you're wearing a suit because you're going to your buddy's wedding. Like, shut the fuck up. That's Gabe Kapler.
Wait, you don't like Gabe Kapler?
No.
I feel like I'm just learning this. Okay, didn't know that.
I'm leaving out context.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I feel like I've been doing that a lot with people I don't like. I like to I don't care. I don't care to go to war with anyone anymore. If I don't like you, I don't like you. But there's a reason why, and I never fire the first shot. So
That would be
I lied.
something.
I fired the first shot on Caleb Ward. Anyway, what?
No, I'm just saying that would be something as like a tool to use against people you don't like if there actually isn't anything. I'm not going to say why. I'm leaving out context here, but I really don't like this guy.
I really don't
oh
like
my God, what did this guy do?
Yeah. No, I can't say I don't ever fire the first shot, but it is rare. Yeah. Caleb Ward definitely was just taking on all kinds of a barrage of cannonballs, just not knowing what was going on. And who cares? Who fucking cares? Connor Wong is actually QB1. And this was after the defensive play that he made, the 2-3 put out. I started it. That was a hell of a defensive play. That got me. It was smooth.
Oof.
It was like a Nomar in the whole type play where you're just like, I didn't know if someone could do it like that.
It was like a dance move almost. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my, are we doing the tango right
Yeah,
now?
like he put it on the floor. Like he dropped those cheeks to the wood, you know? Yeah.
You know what was even more badass about it?
What?
After the game, they're like, hey, like, that was an incredible play you made. He goes, yeah, I think that's a play I should make every single time. Cutter Crawford called it the best play he's ever seen a catcher make. And he's just like, another fucking Wednesday for me, buddy.
Like the other thing that I love that I'm sure drives other broadcasters nuts, I love about Connor Wong is he's so fucking boring, but it's funny. It's funny.
He's very boring.
They would like ask him questions after the game and he would just be like,
The last one was crazy.
like Lou would be like, man, you got everything going at the plate right now. You look locked in and you're hammering balls, you're barreling everything. You're hitting 366 right now. Like, you've got to be feeling pretty good about that, right? And he's just like,
yeah.
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 Like he doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't. Like he's not a media guy, but it feels intentional. Like I feel like he's so intentionally boring in interviews that it's got to be an inside joke. Like it's got to
be
a
nicer version of Belichick, where like he's not going to give you anything, but not in a mean way. It's just like, I don't want it. I respectfully don't enjoy doing this, but I could actually give you something good. They had, when Evaldi came back with the Rangers, they tried to do a whole little cute, like, oh, we're going to have you talk about your catcher and how much he mattered to you and all that. And he gave him nothing. He was just like, yeah, Nate was cool.
like that's going to be one of my new favorite bits is because he's going to be the after the game interview quite a bit. Like, because he's a very good player. He can impact the game in a lot of different ways, offensively, defensively, catching. Yeah. So whenever he does interviews, just be on the lookout for like, just gauge it. Like, is this a bit? Is this who he really is? I don't know, but it feels to me like it's a little bit. And it first came on my radar a couple of years ago when we talked about this on the podcast. I think it was just me and Tyler at the time, but Christian Arroyo was in the clubhouse pretending to be a reporter. Like he was in the scrum and he was like holding out his phone like over reporters and like asking him questions. And like Connor Wong didn't laugh. Like he didn't lean into it at all. He just like looked at him like, all right, dude. Whatever. I don't know. It tickles me.
And he's well liked. It's not like he's just a quiet dude that keeps to himself. Pitchers friggin' love throwing to him. They can't say it enough on the team.
What's not to love? What's not to love? He's fun to watch.
I got a Wong stat.
Please.
Second best hitting catcher in all of baseball right now. This is stat wise. Only
Who the fuck's
Salvador
doing better than
Perez.
him?
Salvador Perez is the only one.
Really?
By
And
1%.
Salvador Perez, correct me if I'm wrong, he's not an everyday catcher. Like he's not always he's DHing playing first base, right?
Yeah, he's been playing first base a good chunk of the time. I know some people will say, well, Wong's gone to second base once. He's gone to first base once.
In emergent, because everyone's dead. Like in emergencies, he's playing second
we
base.
stink. That's the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is minimum 70 plate appearances because keep in mind, the Red Sox were playing Reese McGuire almost every day early on in the season, and he was hot. There's no doubting that, but it speaks to what Wong's doing. Second best WRC plus and OPS. And it's by like 0.3 for the OPS. It's ridiculously close.
Does anyone object? I mean, I feel like we're kind of just blowing with the breeze here with the catching situation. Are we ready to designate Connor Wong QB1, or is it just kind of ride the hot hand until it just switches back and forth?
No, he's QB1. He's the guy. Salvi Perez has the most RBIs in the AL. I'm missing all of these.
He's been
I haven't
ridiculous.
seen any of these. Okay.
He's been swinging it.
Do you think
Wow.
the organization views him that way? Because I don't think they do.
I
Connor
think
Wong?
last year we saw that. Last year they basically gave, every 2 out of 3 days to Connor Wong and said, hey, ride out. Now, long term, no, I think they're looking at Kyle Teal and they're saying
Correct,
that's our
yeah.
guy.
They
But I think
drafted Kyle Teal last year, so that's where
Yes.
it's like, yeah, that's Kyle Teal.
if you're speaking, I mean more in terms
He's
of
not
just
talking
him
about
versus
Reese.
Reese.
Yeah.
But I think Connor Wong is proving right now, and maybe the Red Sox look at it differently and they're like, hey, he's too good to be a backup to a guy in Teal who's going to play every day, hopefully, 12 months from now. But he's at least shown damn, I could be one of the best backups and we could be one of the best tandems in the entire sport. Red Sox are hitting him 5th or 6th every day. Is he going to keep that up? No, most likely not. But Connor Wong has done this at every level. That's something you can't ignore. Every time he's gone to a level and been decent, the following year he comes out and he balls. And it's ridiculous how much he balls.
Balls.
He's been great. He's been absolutely tremendous. And Teal, I don't think they're just going to be like the second he gets called up, he's Adley Rushman. We're going to play him every day. Especially, it works out too perfectly that it's lefty-righty.
Well, I think we'll see Teal this year.
I'll also
I
add on
agree.
Wong's front, the framing was horrendous last year. It's league average now. So he's making some strides in that department, still throwing out guys. So for those people, I know Yankees Twitter couldn't get enough. Oh, you like Connor Wong defensively? He's one of the worst framers in all of baseball. No, he's league average now. That's the growth you're looking for.
We used to be a couple of fan bases where we would say horrific things to each other, and now we chirp each other over pitch framing.
I'll
I
never
know.
do that.
Fucking nerds.
I don't even want to say the
Twitter
account.
over here trying to get on me about how he frames the pitches. I'm like, listen, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a little
back
better
in
now.
my day, we would say horrific things about burning each other's houses to the ground, and now we chirp each other about pitch framing.
He frames like this and not this.
Yeah.
Respect Connor Wong.
I'm just saying, you kids don't know how good you got it.
I would say, yeah, I'll never engage in that.
In that.
In that.
Connor Wong is on fire. 3 hits, RBI double, 6-2 in the 7th. At the time, it was up to 366. He was hitting with a 10.07 OPS. Cutter finishes this one 7 innings, 92 pitches, 61 strikes, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. ERA is 1.56. Red Sox win 6-2, improve to 18-13. Locking up the Ketchup, Coley.
I feel like you forgot a pretty pivotal play in that game, which was Platinum Glove nominee Rafael Devers.
Oh, jumping up
Absolutely.
and getting one and
Holding
giggling.
down the hot
Yeah.
corner
Mm-hmm.
like you read about. And that's like it. And no joke, all series, the glove work was good from everybody, but I feel like Devers kind of goes how the team goes. When the rest of the team's kicking it around, he's like, well, I'm for sure going to start fucking up. When everyone else is doing well, especially Rafaela next to him, Valdez, before he got demoted, was flashing some leather, like non-ironically flashing some leather. I don't know, Devers, he was just so proud of himself making that catch, and that makes me like just burst with joy when Devers is out there smiling.
And we hadn't had one of those Raffy moments yet this season. This is actually pretty late in the year for us to have the first like Raffy overly excited moment because he did something good. I think Devers, his attitude is based off of how his bat is going. And the 7 games leading up to the finale, he was hitting 462. So he's really turned it around that way. The ball kind of catches him a little bit. He looks in the glove surprised, just like a giddy little kid. And Soler, it's just funny that the mix of emotions because he does that and Soler snaps his bat in half over it. It's like, bro, let him be happy. It's like it's not that big a deal. My God. But that was fun. It reminded me like, right, the happy Raffy is the guy we like the most, and we hadn't seen him yet until the start of May.
There you go.
And one of the good things, sucks that Yoshida's hurt. That DH spot's going to be open now, so they're going to be able to give him breathers to keep him this way. Because I think what we're seeing from Raffy, he's about to take the next step. I think we're about to see that bat become like MVP level, not the kind of very, very solid year that last year was, but now he's walking more than he ever has. He's walking 16.7% of the time. Dude's raised his walk percentage by 7%. That's when you see these guys take that next step in their prime. I don't know. I'm really excited for Raffy, and I don't think it's a surprise that the offense is going when he is. I just think he's finally kind of reeled it in. He's not chasing shit like he used to all the time. This is the next step for him.
It also can't be overstated how important it is that every day there's not some Raffy update on his shoulder or his knee or everything. Like, that impacts the team, where, like, the guy that's supposed to be the face of the team has constantly got something nagging him. He hates it. Like, we hate hearing about it because he has the potential to be an all-star. Now, if he's in there every day and bashing, that's huge for this team.
And going oppo like we saw during spring training when he was healthy. That's the sign, like, all right, he's feeling good again. The mechanics aren't fucked up again.
Fuck yeah.
Even today, and it's not skipping ahead because we're there now.
We're there.
When he's
and we
having...
don't skip ahead anyway.
Right,
Can't
no, exactly. But Tyler did. That's why I want to remind everyone we don't do
He's
that.
the only one that did.
I leaped.
But like when he's having his most fun is when he gets beat with a fastball and then he laughs at the pitcher. He's like, good pitch. He's like, you got me, good pitch.
He did that today. We were just, okay. Not going to happen again, but I'll give you that. It's so funny because he does it like a kid, but in his head, he's like, I'm going to punish the next time you do that. But that's a really good point. He did that today, and it was such a small thing, but very funny. Just nods his head.
Like when the Astros a couple of years ago threw like 50 right past him, he wasn't laughing at the end of it. Like the first one, maybe the 27th, he was like, all right, this sucks. And then the Yankees series a week later, and he hit like 15 home runs off Garrett Cole. He was like, all right, I can laugh again. So when he was doing it today, you could tell he's not in the middle of a slump. He's just back having fun playing baseball.
I'll never understand whenever they said like he's actually gotten 50 straight fastballs thrown to him. Like, there's just 0% chance that's true. It was 100% true, and he was missing every one of them, and that's one of the weirdest stats out there. I still can't believe that.
It was bizarre.
Not anymore. Tyler?
There was one other thing from this game I did want to hit on.
What is it?
Jaron Duran's RBI triple, right? Got to 4 on the season. That's tied for the MLB lead right now with
Bobby
CJ
Witt.
Abrams, Bobby
Probably
Witt
Bob.
Jr.
Yeah, Bobby Dahlbeck.
Bobby
Close.
Dahlbeck.
And
All
Triple C
time.
wanted to hit, but he let other people hit.
Stopped running on the bases. Tris Speaker has the all-time Red Sox record in a single season with 22. Does Duran have any chance to come close to that? Maybe not this year, but in the coming years. 4 in 32 games. So you multiply it by 5. That's what, like a 20 pace?
Yeah.
It'd be too short.
I mean, maybe. If he keeps finding the triangle. Yeah, I don't know what else to add to that, but I thought, I know that was a really deep answer. Hey, Tyler, maybe.
Anything is possible. That 20 would tie Buck Freeman for number 2 all-time on that list.
Oh,
I mean, I'm
fuck
obsessed. I love the pace stuff, so I like that you brought that up, but he had a ridiculous steals pace, and that's kind of come back down to earth, even though he's still around the AL lead. But yeah, when he gets going, your nips are out, brother.
Yeah, you got to dump him. In the series finale, that was today. First line here says Garrett Cooper leaves the bases loaded. Fucking guy sucks. This is the first inning.
All-time bad game.
He actually was really bad today.
It's just what it says. I mean, is that wrong? Did he not do that?
No, he was bad today.
Left 5 on total, right?
Next thing here says another dugout interview bomb for the Giants. Should probably stop doing this. 1-0 Giants in the third. I'm not saying that they have to stop doing it, but when I was in the booth last year and the Red Sox were giving up bombs, my life was hell. Please keep that same energy for Tom Caron. Okay? I mean, like, it's only fair. It's only fair.
I tweeted about it. Oh, you're saying the people got to keep the energy?
I'm saying I was harassed unmercifully when I would give up a home run in the booth. So I'm just saying, like, keep that same energy.
I tweeted about you, tweeted about TC as well. I don't think it's TC's fault. Well, it clearly is, because he's the one doing the interview.
If it was my fault, how's it not TC's fault?
It is TC's fault.
Did you guys see on the Tom Murphy homer in the second game? Hey, J-Dog, are you okay?
Yeah.
You look a little frustrated.
No.
Promise
no, I'm
me?
having no. Yes.
During the Tom Murphy homer, when they were talking to Cooper Criswell stopped talking when the homer got hit, and TC had to tell him to actually, like, keep talking again. He looked like he was actually in shock that Tom Murphy could hit a baseball.
Or he was just in shock that he exists. I don't know who Tom Murphy is, but
T Murph.
Yep, there he goes. Can't stop him.
You know.
3 homers a year, Tom Murphy.
Yeah, you know. Just want to say how nice it is to see the Red Sox turn pretty double plays.
Oof.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice to be able to just see the Red Sox do that. The way that the season started defensively, I think I thought there's no light at the end of this tunnel. Like, this just is who they are, and who they are is very bad defensively. So to see Rafaela be able to step into that shortstop position and everything looks pretty again, yeah, that's nice. I like that.
It is kind of crazy how long it took for them to put him to short, right? Like, we had talked about it, Tyler, you were on it early. I was just trying to throw stuff out. I don't know, maybe they think they're going to mess him up, and now he's there and he looks great. So,
Steve, what you felt is clearly what Craig Breslow felt, because the minute the injuries happen and people start saying, Rafaela, something's not right, or, with Rafaela, like, you should move him to short. Let's make this happen. It makes too much sense. He came out and was like, no, we need him in center field. That's where his value is. We don't want to mess with him. We want him right there. You watch David Hamilton for 10 games. That probably will convince a lot of people. But I think more than anything, it shows that Breslow gets that, hey, sometimes you do got to pivot on your decision. You don't run something into the ground for 3 months like Kike Hernandez last year. You just say, hey, it's going to get better, guys. Like, I promise. You just keep trying. We'll be okay. No. Breslow makes the turn. He goes, screw it. We're going to go this way. And then, at first they were dancing around it. They tried to say it was about Wilyer Abreu. It was about both things. We knew what the reality was. So credit to Breslow for kind of switching on that and realizing, hey, the way the clubhouse was, the whole team was cratering with David Hamilton at shortstop. This is how you stop it. And ever since he's moved back to shortstop, everything's been flowing the way it needs to. Everyone has settled down defensively.
What do the numbers say about his range? Because just eye test doesn't feel like it's anything like exceptional. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's bad by any means, but I feel like there have been a couple he's dove for and it's either hit its glove or he just hasn't been all that close.
Yeah, outs above average, which is usually kind of the best factor for range. It has him at the 11th percentile, so not very good overall. Right. But I think where you see him shine is the arm strength, right?
For sure.
Coming across that second base bag, he'll let it rip. 89th percentile.
Have they ever had a shortstop that throws the ball that hard? It is a bullet that he throws from short. And I don't... when we watch all these games, you get these mental reps of expecting certain things from certain positions. When it's Rafi, it's like, hey, we'll see what happens here. And with Rafael, he's like, nah, I'm good, and just throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to first base. I don't remember someone throwing that hard at short for the Sox.
I don't know that Xander had to, you know what I mean? Not that he could or could not, but he was just typically just making the play. Before that, no one stands out. Like, did Alex Gonzalez have a hose? Not like, I remember him more for his glove.
That's like the first name that I thought of.
But even him, he was more glove than arm.
Yeah.
He could snag the ball so quick that he's like, I can take my time with this.
Right, yeah. I remember a very leisurely toss to first from Alex Gonzalez.
I feel like Nomar could throw hard.
He could.
Yeah, it had a little more of like an arc on it, but
he put his whole fucking, but much like Rafael, he was putting his whole body into the throw.
Gonzalez? Did he have a season with us with like no errors? He was so good.
I believe so.
Broke the record for best fielding percentage by a Red Sox shortstop in a single season in 2006.
It's crazy.
It was like a 996 fielding percentage.
He came back in what, 09?
Yeah, he hit a home run. Actually, no, that was 06 that he did it. But he hit a home run off of Pedro in his first game back to Fenway after leaving the Red Sox with the Mets.
He had 7 errors the whole season in 06.
That's crazy. That still feels
When
high.
When did
It
Kike have 7?
does.
I think Kike had 7 in like April. Like not even a joke. Yeah, Kike had 7 by May 1st of last year.
Sadly, Kike is probably the best arm we've actually had at shortstop over the years. Really strong.
yeah.
You know, 2023 was above average. It was 62nd percentile.
You know who had a fucking cannon? Brock Holt.
Mm-hmm.
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 Yep.
I'm looking at it right now, 100th percentile.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Stop.
Yeah, Bob Stop. Bob Stop.
True. Yeah,
had-
that's the obvious. Yep.
Bob Stop had
200
100th cannons
percentile.
I've ever seen at the position.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock would field the ball and just gun it to first base.
Yeah.
It
Rookie
would
of the
actually
year.
piss the first baseman off. It's like, dude, you're literally
Chill
10
out.
feet from me.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Right.
That's
You
fucking
beat him
Mason
by
Wynn.
19 steps. Like, what are we doing?
He's still in the box, dude. Like, we didn't have
Yeah.
to do that.
He fell down and you just fired a seed at me. Why? Like, that's Brock Holt only works on one speed, baby.
He didn't want to mess up his savant. He's like, I got to stay in that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was worried about his savant page. Yeah.
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 Josh Winkowski, 4 1/3 today. 53 pitches, 31 for strikes. Only allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run. Was a home run. 2 walks, and he didn't strike anybody out, Tyler. He didn't
That's the
strike
Josh Winkowski
anybody
problem.
out. Yeah. He didn't strike anyone out.
Nice to miss, nice the fact that he didn't, only 1 earned run, whatever. But this is the issue with Josh Winkowski, and it popped up during spring training as
I
well.
like that you said it to him like it was his fault. Tyler, he didn't strike anybody out. Like,
But
what the hell, Tyler?
You put him in
You
these
know?
spots, the stuff plays down a little bit. We know that. And they're keeping him, it's 50 pitches. He hasn't gone to 60, I think, since that one relief outing earlier in the year where
Yeah.
they were trying to stretch him out. But the fact that you're getting him to start for you, credit to Andrew Bailey, a guy who does not have swing and miss stuff, is making starts and succeeding.
Yeah, but he didn't strike anybody out.
Nope.
Not
good.
Yeah. It's going to be
fine.
a problem for me.
Keep getting out.
Next line here says sick bases empty single for Garrett Cooper in the 6th.
First one.
Nobody on. Nobody on for that. That does nobody any good.
It was funny. They said on the broadcast, too. I think OB was like, well, he had bases loaded earlier and nothing, and, a single now. That's baseball for you. Like, that's
Yeah.
as aggressive as Dave's going to get. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah. That really doesn't do anything for me. Did nothing
Nope.
for the Red Sox. Because he didn't even score for somebody else that maybe wanted to try a little bit harder with runners on base.
I'm feeling like you're never going to be a Garrett Cooper guy.
Why? Why do you say that?
I just think there's some weird feelings going on because of what has happened to Bob.
What do you mean?
That Psychology 101, when your voice does that, that's usually a sign that something's going on. It's actually a sign of lying, Coley.
Do we
Coley?
think Cooper is Bob's rival? I think it's fucking Zach Short. Because Cooper can only play first. That's it. Bob, you could put that guy literally at all 9 positions, which is kind of
why
what
the
they got
demotion's
Short for.
crazy.
At the end of the day, if we're talking Zach Short or Bobby Dahlbeck, I'm taking Zach Short because he played for the Brockton Rocks, and that alone is such an
That's cool.
achievement. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Easy decision. And he has a podcast.
What's it called?
Around the bags.
410 to left center.
Yeah. Yeah, what's it called, dude? Shout it out.
Baseball pod.
Yeah.
Home plate.
Why don't you go direct our audience in other places?
I don't worry that our audience is going
Does Zach Short really have a podcast?
Yes, he does.
That's
He's got the name
insane
of
that
it.
you know that.
Hold on.
Tyler's
don't
actually
listen
the
to
only
it.
person that I think would know that.
You know
The
whose
Compound.
podcast probably sucks? Oh, wait. He's on the compound? That's
with Ian Happ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Ian Happ. Yeah, he came on starting 9. You know what? Ian Happ is so cool. Ian Happ is so cool that I believe that spring training, it was either 19 or 20. And I think the Cubs were the only organization that would have nothing to do with my former employer. So he like met us in a Burger King parking lot and came on the podcast anyway. That was a very cool move by him.
Respectable.
Yeah, I'll always appreciate Ian Happ for that. Crowd today sucks. The crowd sucked. Listen, I understand that there are going to be big market teams with fan bases that travel. The Blue Jays travel, the Mets travel, the Astros travel, obviously the Yankees travel. I get it. You want to come to Fenway. It's a historic ballpark. You've never seen it before. It's a nice weekend, nice weather, and you want to see your baseball team play in a cool ballpark. That's fine. Welcome to Fenway Park. Go fuck yourself, but welcome to Fenway Park. But back in my day, because even, there would be times, and I'm sure that the elders on this show could attest to this, that sure, it's a weekend series. The Red Sox are playing the Yankees. The crowd is maybe 15% Yankee fans, even in like the late 90s, early 2000s, you'd still get a large chunk of out-of-town fans. That's fine. But when the Yankees would score a run and Yankee fans would cheer, Red Sox fans would boo 10 times louder than the cheers and drown them out. Today, the San Francisco Giants went up 2-1 in the 7th inning, and it was just cheers for the Giants. And Red Sox fans just like let that happen. Nope. Never let that happen. I like always like, it's not like, oh, well, why can't you just let them be happy? They're their team, because fuck them. That's why. Because they're in our house. You boo, and you boo louder than their cheers, and you drown them out. That's what you do when it's your ballpark. That's why it's like Fenway got too friendly. Friendly Fenway Park. No, fuck you. Welcome to Fenway. I hope you enjoy your time here. I hope you make long-lasting memories with your family members and friends. But fuck you. That's
what's
Fenway.
Gonna be where it says America's most beloved ballpark. That's what Jared wants now. That whole phrase should just be on that huge banner on the side of the park.
Not my Fenway. Not my Fenway.
I mean,
it's the other
May
teams,
2nd in the afternoon,
I don't
Thursday
give a
afternoon.
Fuck, dude.
Well, that's
this
the
is
reason. That's the
no,
reason.
Steve.
What?
Doug Mirabelli's return to Fenway Park in 2006 was May 1st. It was May 1st, 2006. And it was also the return of Johnny Damon for the first time since leaving the Boston Red Sox. Like that crowd, it was hostile. I don't care what the date is. April, I want to say 16th, 2004 was A-Rod's first time to Fenway as a Yankee.
Yeah,
we booed the fuck out of him.
They
were like, now
04.
batting number 13, Alex Ross. Boo!
We're gonna
Fuck you.
compare early May Giants to A-Rod's return. What are you talking
It was
about?
April. It was
anything-
April.
Not anything pre-curse is absurd to bring up.
2006 was not pre-curse, Coley.
Say anything about 06. You brought up
Okay,
A-Rod
well, I'm
in
mentioning
04.
Johnny Damon. That was May 1st. Today's
I
May
got it.
fucking what? 2nd?
But those are like big events. Those are big
I
returns.
don't give a fuck, Steve.
I can tell you
Nobody booed. They should be booing. If the other team's cheering, you gotta be booing. That's what
Be
you gotta
booing.
do. You gotta be booing. You gotta be cheering for your
Okay.
team in my pack. Boo. Boo. Tyler?
Do you have beef with Red Sox fans that were clapping for the Mike Yastrzemski homer?
No.
Yeah, I do.
I
Coley
have a
does.
problem with that.
Coley does.
I think that's worse than what Jared's talking about.
No, it's not.
Ah,
No,
your
it's not.
grandfather
Rooting for the
played
other
here.
team.
No, it's not.
Tyler, you do know that his grandpa played for the team. It was Carl
Carl
Yastrzemski.
Yastrzemski played for the Red Sox for a long time.
I just don't know if enough people are aware of that part.
Yeah.
You know
don't
how
know.
little You know how? Go ahead.
Coley.
Coley.
I don't know if Tyler's spoken in a month
Go
I
ahead.
don't know if Tyler's spoken in a month and a half without first raising his hand. Like, it's not the
Yeah,
only
you
way
can
to
just
speak.
talk. You can just
can't
talk.
just go. It often leads to a suspension, so I'm pretty well trained.
No, it
at this
doesn't.
point.
He is a little shell shocked in his defense. I think
It's the content of what you have to say that gets you suspended. It's not for speaking out of turn.
Yeah, earlier
let me
we
say-
were like, "Oh, everything's going great," and you were like, "Bob's demoted." We were like, "Well, don't do that."
I was talking about how I was like, yeah, I can't wait to get to, like, I'm really on the precipice of being able to believe in this team and expect good baseball from this team. And you're like, your friend's dead.
you ever think of that?
Yeah, you ever consider that?
It's intrusive thoughts. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just seemingly goes there, and from one intrusive thought to another. I don't think Carl Yastrzemski loves his grandson.
Agreed.
Did you
Well,
see what
'cause
happened?
he left?
Where was he today?
He didn't care to go to the first two games. Immediate
Was
sign
he here
doesn't
today?
give a fuck.
Was he here?
He showed up today for 10 minutes before the game and then left.
Well, he's like 90.
He's a classic old guy. He never wants to be at Fenway. When he's at Fenway, he's always like, yeah. He waves. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's just like, I'll be here.
Yeah,
But
he doesn't do the crowd stuff. He got that from Teddy Ball Game. Teddy Ball Game was like, yeah, cheer me all you want. I fucking hate you guys. And then Carl was like, yeah, I love that attitude. So we basically had two superstars that took up. When did Yaz retire? 89, and Ted was a rookie in like 35 or some shit. So we had decades of our best player just fucking hating us.
I mean,
83.
Yaz has been around since the 1930s.
Yeah.
Like, I would not want to do anything.
When
If
was
I've been around that
Ted's
long.
rookie year, Tyler?
I'll tell you right
Wasn't it
now.
When was his rookie year?
1928?
Wasn't it,
No.
No.
39?
Jesus,
39,
1939.
the year he
So
was
I was
born.
right?
It was the year he was
Yeah,
born.
it was the year Yaz was
1939.
born. 39.
I fucking nailed that. What was Yaz's last year?
83.
83.
Okay, so he went into the Hall of Fame in 89.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. That's not too bad then.
All I'm saying, I would hope my grandfather would come to the game.
Well, he kind of
All of
showed
mine
up,
are dead.
right? He was there. Oh, jeez.
They opted out.
Oh,
No Dom Smith.
Wasn't ready for that.
well. That's
R.I.P.
okay.
It's
What?
okay that my grandfather's died?
Yeah.
They were gonna.
People do die,
That's,
yeah.
that's
No,
what
that's true.
what grandparents do, brother. That's what grandparents do.
How many home runs would have Ted Williams hit if he just was like, I'm
He
all
hit
set?
521.
Sure did.
So I would say he lost 3 years to the service.
Yeah, yeah.
I would put in an average of what, 38? 38
He
x
hit
3?
The 2 years before
Probably at
that,
100, right?
the 2 years before that was 37, 36. The 2 years after were 38, 32. So,
I would say an
about
average of 38
37.
seems fair, Coley.
yeah.
So throw 105 on top. He'd be at 626.
Steve, what's 38 times 3?
That's 114.
114 plus 521. 600 and
35.
60.
What were the numbers again?
521 plus 114.
660.
660.
635.
Yeah.
635.
635.
Fucking said.
Yeah.
Where does that put him?
High.
High.
Super high.
It definitely puts him high. There's no doubt about it. It's right ahead of Griffey, I think.
Yeah, Griffey was what,
7th all time.
630?
630.
Yeah, and Willie Mays is what, 650 something?
Mays 660.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have caught Mays, probably.
Yeah.
Then A-Rod's cheating ass is right ahead.
Cheating
696.
ass. A-Rod's cheating ass. Well,
Just want to say something about the finale real quick.
can you say something about the finale, please? I was waiting for this.
Shout out, I believe her name is Maria,
Maria, come over here.
who's a social media manager for the Red Sox, who was the ball girl today.
Oh, she
down
made
the
a
third
sick
base
play.
line.
Yeah, I saw that.
Smoked in the neck. And they were talking about this ball girl. I'm like, Oh, she actually does like a ton for the Reds. Like she does a lot of the posts on the socials for the Red Sox. So shout out to her for just eating a foul ball and
she ate
being
it.
cool about it. Not literally. Yeah, that would have been
give it
nuts.
to a fan.
Remember that kid that did eat the foul ball?
No.
And the 2018 play, he put the foul ball in his mouth and was like, You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Does anyone remember that? The kid that caught a foul ball into 2018 playoffs and just put it in his mouth and went nuts?
You know, it occurred to me that Steve doesn't even know what the Maria come over here thing is from. You don't know what that's from, do you?
Maybe not. What?
No, that's fine. Cole, you obviously know.
I do, but I'm very high, so I can't place it at the moment.
What?
I know I've heard it before.
He's high on life, by the way.
No,
you come over here.
It's
from Hey Arnold.
That's what I figured, but I couldn't play. I know he'd been talking about Nickelodeon. It felt like something you were trying to place that definitely takes place in an Italian neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey Arnold. Yeah. Giants 3, Red Sox 1. This game sucked.
The pool scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said this game bored me to tears. Whatever, you know, you're gonna have those. Alex Cora said this after the game today. He's like, yeah, you know, fuck, it's baseball. You're gonna have games like this where you don't necessarily play a bad game, but you lose. You just got to tip your cap to the Giants. They pitched well. They played good defense. You know, the sun was a factor today. Maybe not so much for the Red Sox, but like still, shit.
Even on your worst days, your pitching staff shows up. That's what the sign of a good team is.
Yeah.
You may not go out there and swing it every day. You've been swinging it. You've been one of the best offensive teams in baseball for 10 days. Like, all right, yeah, this moment comes. Well, hey, don't worry. You're going to have Vaughn Grissom added to this lineup hopefully tomorrow.
He's going to hit like 40 homers. This
Tomorrow's
is the first
Friday?
loss this season. Yeah. This is the first loss this season where I didn't even I don't want to say that I didn't mind that they lost, but I wasn't
mad.
Affected. I was like, oh yeah, I can keep living today. I can keep going on.
I wasn't discouraged because there was nothing to blame. There are, over the life of a baseball season, there are going to be times where you lose a game and you're just like, tip your cap, you lost.
And they're just simply outplayed. And it's like, oh, okay, that's what a loss should be. That's why we were have been so upset this year.
Yes.
Because they've lost games they're not outplayed in.
Right. It's like, all right, we lost. It's okay. Like we didn't embarrass ourselves. You know, there were situations where maybe Garrett Cooper could have fucking done something, but you know,
I would have preferred, if we were going to lose, I would have preferred it be like 4-3. I hate these 1-0 run games. Not even because they're boring to watch, but the games, I don't, when the pitching stat, what did we lose? 3-1 today? Was that the final?
3-1.
Yeah. I can't be losing games where the pitching only gives up 3 runs. Can't do it. Won't do it.
3-1's tough, especially when 2 of them are in the 7th inning. That game was there to be had all day. Now we're gonna talk ourselves into hating this loss.
No,
really tough.
I'll pile on. Kyle Harrison walked 5 guys. He walked 5 guys. You couldn't take advantage of one of those. That would have been nice.
Well, that's Garrett
He gave
Cooper,
him a lot of chances today, but still, this loss did not affect me.
Yeah, I mean, I was slightly bothered, but only because once Tyler O'Neill tied it, I really thought that I was gonna be like, all right, like we're kind of good now. All right, yeah. But they lost, so now I think they suck.
It's just how thin the line is. The chance is there, Jared. You got Twins Braves, the chance to get over that threshold. Obviously, it can go the other way, but
Twins 10 in a row.
Yep.
Fucking the Twins, man. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Hate Twins.
Yeah, man.
And Twins.
I don't think those two know that commercial.
No, you probably don't.
There's no way, dude. No.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah, that's another Hey Arnold thing.
Yeah. Hey Arnold, dude.
That Hey Arnold beer commercial from back in the day.
And Twins. All right. How about a little Blue Moon for the people at home? How about it? How about it? You guys don't know what that's from. You guys can't hear me. I'm frozen, but the people at home can hear me. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because some beers, they can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. And no beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. The best part about it, doesn't even have to be for baseball. I know Jake is about to pop open some Blue Moons and finish watching this Bruins game, which man, what an adventure I've been on during this podcast, because I just updated my phone for the first time in like 3 years to get the new iOS so that I could get, you had to update the new iOS to be able to download the new Xfinity app to be able to approve the login so that I could put the Bruins on my laptop right here. I missed, what period are we in right now, Jake?
0-0.
0-0 when? End of the first?
It's the middle
9
of the
minutes.
first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we still got a lot of game left. We got to get Jake to a TV with a Blue Moon in his hand ASAP. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one-of-a-kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for the spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. All right. What direction? Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot, dude.
Come on.
Thank you for putting some respect on my name. Thank you. I've been hot lately. Big Coop, Bailey Lab. Duran's hot, 9th stolen bag. 3 straight, haters mad. Series win, 2 straight. Cutter bandwagon, too late. Bets trade, nah, Wong made. A series of Taikus by Tyler Milligan.
That one,
I've been going crazy lately.
I mean,
Coley,
Listen,
don't fucking shake your head like that. Come on, you can't give me something?
Coley.
The gas.
Coley, you don't like that one?
I don't care for.
Wait, what?
No, I don't like the high stepping.
I think you got to let the people say you've been hot, right? Is that
They
what
have
you're saying?
been.
Yeah.
And I've appreciated
He's
it.
been
Listen, they're
hot.
hard on me.
He's been hot.
Okay.
That cutter line
Well,
was
with
maybe the
everyone
best
else
one
saying
yet.
it, like giving yourself a nickname. I don't stand for it.
When a rapper's talking their shit, you like that, don't you?
Not always.
A lot of the time I do. I want to hear that flexing. I want to hear you speak that I'm the best. When I hear Kendrick say, hey, bro, everybody shut the fuck up. I'm number one. I'm letting people know these fucking haikus, they're number one.
Yeah. That one was good. I mean, people were trying to bully me into nominating it for a Taiku of the year. I won't be bullied. Mm-mm.
Is it worth it and you just won't acknowledge it out
Yep.
of pure spite?
Yep.
Okay, I'll take that. That's fine with me. As long as you acknowledge it.
Wait. All right. So, Tyler, are you keeping track of the Taikus that I nominate?
I can start doing that
Oh,
from here.
bro.
You should definitely start, because I've nominated one, and I am going to nominate this one, the game 2 Taiku for Taiku of the year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And this is not gonna come down to me. It's gonna be a vote with the fans.
That's fine with me.
Yeah,
Listen.
I'm not gonna be the ultimate decider on this.
Last year, I went about it a little differently. I have a new strategy this year. You know,
Mhm.
usually 5th, 6th inning, I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to rap a little. I'm freestyling to myself
Yeah.
so that by the time I get to the 9th, it's ready to shoot.
Okay. I'm ready to shoot too.
Ketchup Series MVP. Ketchup! Series MVP.
The Clark's Ketchup Series MVP brought to you by Clark's Ketchup. Drizzle that ketchup. It always gets interesting when it's a 2 out of 3. Sweeps, I feel like you've got someone that probably went off during that series, but a 2 out of 3, it makes it more interesting. And let me tell you something right now. This vote is not going to be unanimous. It is not going to be unanimous. And it begins with us. As we have decided, before I even get into this, as we have decided, Will Fleming always goes last because he has the voice submissions. I will, spoiler alert, Lou Merlone and Will Fleming are together on this episode. So we're very, very excited for that. And without further ado, it's voting time. Are you calling for the first vote, Tyler?
I kind of want to go first. Is that allowed?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
No. Coley?
Coley said it was.
Coley didn't say shit.
Cold dog.
I said it was fine, but it's Jared's show, so it is what it is.
Again, I do not like being told what to do.
That's true, he doesn't.
That's always been true.
Want to give a packet to Slayton. First time he really pitched out of a jam, and he just kind of settled the fuck in and blew, what was it, Bailey? Just froze him up on 3 straight. Love to see it out of our best reliever. Chris Martin gets a packet for only pitching in the 8th inning, a thing I told him to do, and he was fine. He looked like the guy we want to see out there. Don't let him on the field in the 7th. Don't let him on the field in the 9th. He's an 8th inning guy. I'm going Willier. I think there's a lot of deserving guys. Willier's been so hot for weeks. He definitely feels like he's been carrying the team in multiple facets. Another really nice play out in right field, at least one, if not multiple. So yeah, I'm going Willier. I feel like it's always a good bet to go with Willier Abreu.
Just for context, he only played in 2 games, yeah?
Correct.
But he did hit 500 in the series.
Yeah.
Willier Abreu hit 5. No, he appeared. Did he appear in today's game? But he didn't start, right?
I believe.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Hit 500 with a 1475 OPS in the series. Okay. The next vote. Tyler.
Thank you. I'm going Andrew Bailey. I really didn't have to think about it much. I just thanked you. There's nothing wrong with that. He's gotten Cooper Criswell, a guy who was a AAA pitcher last year that the Rays couldn't figure out, got him working. Cutter Crawford, longest start of his career, doing stuff we've never seen him do before. And then Josh Winkowski, who can't miss a fucking bat to save his life as a starter. You have him functioning 3 starts in a row, helping get your rotation through this period with Nick Pivetta on his rehab assignment. I'm giving credit to Andrew Bailey. He continues to work wonders for the staff. Still the #1 pitching staff ERA, #1 rotation ERA. I got to show him love. I'm giving this to him.
Steve?
I am going with Jarren Duran. Go-ahead RBI hits are cool, but you know what I love even more? 2-out insurance run hits. And Jarren Duran had 2 of those in this series. That was very important. A 1045 OPS in the series, hit 429, 6 total bases.
Hit 364.
What?
He hit 364 in the series.
You sure about that?
Positive. You got the OPS correct, 1045.
Where do you go off of?
True Media.
You got it back?
Oh, that is true. I had to update. I looked at this at the end of the series, so I hadn't updated yet. If you want to suspend me, I'm actually okay with that.
I'm just here for context.
No, it's true. I don't like getting numbers wrong. He hit 364 in this series, 6 total bases, 2 big RBIs, 1 triple that got Tyler's nipples out. Jarren Duran was hitting 111 on that 6-game road trip, and he's hit 291 on the 6-game homestand. Since then, I am going with Jarren Duran.
Jake, who you got?
I'm also going Jarren Duran. Steve read the stats. Keep the triples coming. He's obviously a big fan of nipples. Jaron Duran.
Yes. My vote.
All-time bad internet.
I didn't say anything. My vote for Klark's Ketchup Series MVP. He hit .429 in the series. Got on base at a 500 clip, just like Jaron Duran did. A 1214 OPS. I debated voting for Cutter Crawford. But if not for that defensive play made by Connor Wong, Cutter Crawford doesn't make it to that 7th inning. We're not talking about how he reached the 7th inning for the first time in his career. So therefore, my vote for Klark's Ketchup Series MVP belongs to Connor Wong. Do we all vote for somebody different? No, there were two for Duran. Two for Duran.
Oh, right.
Yeah, 2 for Duran. All right. Now to the expert panel. I will say, I like that some of these voters are becoming routinely, like in a routine. They are submitting their votes without me having to ask, which is a pain in the balls to have to fucking look at the list and be like, all right, did I make sure that I got everybody? But Jemai Webster, he reached out today. And I appreciate that. First vote belongs to OB, Dave O'Brien. OB goes Cutter Crawford for that 7-inning effort last night to win the series. So that's a vote for everyone has a different person except for Steve and Jake. They both went Duran. Kevin Youkilis. Rob Refsnyder.
What?
Yeah, he said
racked up some RBIs.
Tough series to vote on. Let's go Rob Refsnyder. Rob Refsnyder hit 273 with a 606 OPS in this series.
Killing it.
5 guys had a higher OPS in the series. But hey, do what you want to do.
Hey. It's his vote. He can do what he wants with it. Jemai Webster. I'm out of the box with this one, but I want to honor the best pitcher in baseball going ace level in game 2 to win the series and seeing 7 innings for the first time as a big leaguer. So Cutter Crawford for me. Jemai Webster. TC, Tom Karen. What's the name of that podcast, Tyler? Shout him out.
I forgot.
310 to left, baby.
310 to left? Yes.
310 to left. 310 to
What do you
left.
say,
my guys.
Tyler?
What do you say, Tyler? TC, he's going Wilger Abreu. He said the one game he doesn't start, they lose. Coincidence?
That's right.
And I said, I think not.
A 3-way tie here?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Will Middlebrooks. He said either Cutter or Connor Wong, who had the 1 3-hit game and a sick defensive play.
He didn't pick somebody?
He did.
Wait a second.
He did.
You can't pick 2 people, right? You can't pick 2 people.
I'm fucking getting them setting up suspense, god damn it!
This is gonna be a double.
What did you just
Let me set up the suspense, Steve. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing here. Jesus Christ. The 9 times during the podcast, Steve has offered himself up for a suspension. I'm like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. And I'm trying to set up Will Middlebrooks' vote with some suspense here. And Steve is just like, wait, what? You can't vote for 2 people. You get what?
It didn't seem like his message was...
Thank you, Steve. Stop talking. Thank you.
Shut up, Tyler. The stop talking thing is your dumbest thing. Oh, come on. Get the hell out of here with the stop talking.
Yeah.
I was going to stop talking, but then saying
I
stop
thought he was
talking.
to
No
me.
one wants to stop talking.
Was he
when you
talking
say
to-
stop
He was talking
talking.
to Steve. He was
You're
talking
talking to
to
Steve or me?
Steve.
All right, he's unsuspended.
That one counts, though.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's off the board.
Steve, I apologize for jumping you, but I felt like this was very important.
All right, go, Tom.
Steve, I don't mean to throw you under the bus here. Steve had Bobby slander on the timeline today, and if I'm being held accountable, I want Steve held accountable. I'm sorry.
We got fucking.
What
we
was
got
the slander?
tattling? We got
An emoji?
tattling?
Red Sox stats put out the tweet.
I
Craig.
saw
Put
that.
an emoji out there.
I put an
Emojis
emoji.
count. Emojis count.
That's not slander. It's an emoji.
Hey, all right. Put it this way. I saw the tweet, Steve. I saw the tweet. I was more upset about his Dom Smith fan club tweet than an emoji
Supporter
tweet.
group.
But like, I mean, listen, if like there was a tweet out there being like Jared just got fired, and then Steve commented skull emojis under it, yeah, I probably would be a little upset.
This was before he got DFA'd, for the record.
Okay. All right. I don't remember what the Red Sox stats.
Does that make it better?
Now we're off track. Now we're ruining the sanctity of the vote.
No, my apology. I didn't mean to mess up the Middleburg thing. I thought you were done reading his text.
Now I was setting up suspense. I know what I'm doing, Steve.
I'm not blaming you. I know you know what you're doing.
All right. Let me do
Call
it. Call it.
Will.
He said either Cutter or Wong, who had the 1-3 hit game and a sick defensive play. Give me Wong. So what is that? A 4-way tie right now,
believe
Jake?
so, yeah.
4-way tie between Wong, Abreu, Duran, and Cutter Crawford.
Wow.
A 4-way tie right now? Are we gonna go into? Is there anyone left? Oh my God, there's no one left. It's the voice
this is
note. We're going into the voice note in a 4-way tie.
I love
Holy shit!
And this
We got
America,
everybody.
Kevin Euclid has shown everybody why you don't vote third party. He could easily break this tie, but he tossed one out there for Ref Snyder. You just can't have it. You just cannot have it.
Yeah, going Ref Snyder was a little crazy. I mean,
You can do
listen,
what you want. Wild vote.
You can do whatever you want with your vote, but it's time. We're gonna crown a winner, for better or for worse. What if they have different votes?
They
Andrew Bailey coming in. Let's go.
Oh, you also fucked it up.
Yeah, you wasted your vote as well.
How?
We might
Good
have
vote.
to make a rule where you have to vote for a player.
I don't know if I like that.
Coley's not going to like that one.
No.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is Lou Merlone and Will Fleming.
All right, second straight home series. Clark's Ketchup Series MVP. Kind of a downer, the way that this series ended. A 3-1 loss to the Giants. You know what's not a downer? Fucking Loomer. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, Flem Dog. Hanging out. Nice little 2 out of 3 piece. And it was a little downer, right? But then again, I mean, we're not the fucking 28 Yankees. We shouldn't just go out and sweep anybody, right?
Oh, shit, my bad.
Finally, they're winning some games at home. And what's cool about this, Lou, is look, they finish April with the best ERA in baseball by like half a run. Yeah. Guys up and down the lineup. The young core really is developing. This is a fun week at home.
Boys are starting to swing it, which is nice. And they're catching the ball. So I'll take 4-2 at home. You know, we'll just sort of move on and see what we got. Who's your MVP? It's what I want to know.
I might surprise some people here a little bit. AC walks by us in the shiny maroon suit. He deserves some ketchup packets here, Lou. I mean, he has just been awesome. I really think you could make the case this is as good a job as he has done managing in his entire career with this group, this young core. Who you got?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to go Angry Lizard. Duran. It's like, the first 2 games they won, the man got on base 7 out of 10 times. You know, he got knocked, that big triple, 3 or 4 walks. So I just think, lost today. He didn't get any hits today, but for the first 2 games, like, he was a force in that leadoff spot.
Hard to not take Duran. He gets on base 9 out of 10 plate appearances in one stretch. But I got to tell you what, man, the thing that is the best feature of this team, the most surprising thing has been the pitching. It's unbelievable. With his old club in town, Criswell was really good. I mean, the Red Sox just keep on doing it. My Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is Andrew motherfucking Bailey.
He's going to go butter Crawford.
Let's go! He was awesome, too. But, we got to give Bailey a little love.
He deserves the love, no question. Everybody just dealing. Got Cooper Criswell, Matthew McConaughey sound alike. I mean, these guys are dealing.
All right. Off to Minnesota. We'll talk to you guys soon.
So we had a 4 we have a 4-way tie with Duran getting 3. Duran wins, right?
Duran won.
Duran
Yeah,
wins.
won.
Yeah. Duran wins.
The second he said he was going off path.
Yeah.
I mean, that I feel like that's the most controversial Klark's Ketchup Series MVP in history. Like,
I mean,
Jarren Duran
did
had a
5
good
guys get
series.
multiple votes?
Jarren Duran had a good series, a really good series. I don't think he's the Klark's Ketchup Series. This is like I don't know. I've never.
I don't know if that's how this works, Jared. I don't know if you.
I understand that.
Yeah, you're like, we're gonna have to change this.
I'm just voicing my opinion on the result here. I mean, we have collected some of the brightest minds in the Red Sox space, and that's who won. But this was the most spread out, close Klark's Ketchup MVP of all time, ever.
Yeah. Well, somebody had to win. I agree with you that it wasn't obvious, but
No, it wasn't obvious.
Duran, second Klark's Ketchup Series MVP for Jarren Duran, who now ties Tyler O'Neill with 2 titles this season. Or 2 bottles.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not saying like I'm not gonna say like I voted
It's
for
a
Connor Wong.
democracy. Are you against democracy?
Kind of. This podcast is a little bit of a dictatorship, if you haven't noticed.
Is there anyone else you want to reach out to, see if they get a vote? Anyone else?
Is there anyone else maybe that used to vote?
Someone who might have been in one of those clips?
Maybe so passing by.
A bit of the background.
Someone passing by that might want to vote.
Might have said something.
Yeah. might have said something.
The background.
Yeah. Maybe. Imagine we ask him and he's like, Ref Snyder, man. We don't do it. We don't do it without Ref.
It's got to be Ref
You
Snyder.
guys
I mean,
just
you
don't
guys
get it.
probably already said this, so I don't want to repeat anything.
Yeah.
It's not unanimous for ref. That's interesting. All right.
Just a 5-way tie.
That's why you're upset, Jared, because Ref Snyder didn't get. He deserves this.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. We ended up with a 4-way tie and a winner. There was 4 guys with 2 and 1 guy with 3 and 1 guy with 1.
Crazy. That's.
I mean, I understand that there are some series where you're not going to have a slam dunk winner, but that, man, where were you? Where were you when the Klark's Ketchup Series MVP was the most spread out that it's ever been in history?
Highly likely that never happens again.
No, it can't. It can't. You sent me a text earlier today, Steve, but you never followed up on it on the show.
Well, you mentioned the Bruins thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, are you watching the Bruins right now? It's nothing. Can you see it from where you're sitting?
It's intermission.
Okay. But you can see it from where you're sitting?
I can see it.
Okay. How much do you care, Steve, about the Bruins? I'm not saying I want to go longer, but I'm just saying like you told me something
I
earlier.
care.
You told me something
I
earlier
care a
today.
lot.
It's kind of pissing me off that you didn't bring it up again.
Jared, we got some DMs.
It goes down in the DM. It go down. It go down in the DM. It go down. It go down.
Oh, it does. I thought we'd do 2 rounds of that.
Nah.
Okay. First one comes in from Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. Like Zach Kelly?
Yeah, it's like Zach Kelly. Yeah. Kelly says, if you guys could pick one seat to sit in at Fenway Park for the entire season that isn't Section 10, what are you picking?
The one directly behind home plate. Kelly.
It was limited choices for the criteria for the first question.
Like, is there any other seat that you would pick? I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? I think sitting, I take that back. First of all, I apologize to Kelly. Because that's not everyone's preference. I think I would pick the seat that is front row directly next to the Red Sox dugout.
Correct.
Because you're
That's the
gonna
obvious
Easy.
pick.
Yeah, you are. I mean, I've sat in both. I've sat next to the Red Sox dugout, and I've sat directly behind home plate, and I have way more fun because you get to see you get to hear the shit that's going on in the dugout. You get to see like the reactions. you're literally like you can reach out and touch Alex Cora if you want to. So that's what I'm going with.
And home runs look better from there, especially over the monster. Even just a little tilt, watching the entire flight path is just better from the right side of the field.
Yeah. And you can't see like the break and everything, but you're close enough to be able to like hear the fastballs.
Sure.
Jerry, I got to say, anytime we've sat with you in the State Street, now the Aura Club, that I love that angle. Those are really good seats. Front row there for every game would be nice.
I mean, we can do that.
I know. It's a blast. Anytime we're up there, it's awesome.
Yeah.
This comes in from Jace.
Hey, Jace.
Jace says, hey, I'm going to Boston in September to check out a few games. Is there anything you recommend doing to get a great Fenway experience? Batting practice, dude. Go to BP.
They don't let them in for BP. You can't see the Red Sox take BP.
You see the other team though, right? 5:30.
Yeah, you can see the
I
other
feel like
team.
you can always see like the tail end of the Red Sox. Maybe.
Nah, can't do it.
This comes in from Joey.
Hey, Joey.
This is our guy, Joey Gundy, by the way.
Hey, Joey
who is
Gundy.
going to be at every game this weekend in Minnesota.
Oh.
Super loyal Section 10 guy in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Down in the DMs, just want to ask you guys, do you have an update on merch?
Yeah, I get that question 6,000 times a day, which is good. That sounds good for future sales. But I got the box of samples, which I believe there's some for all you guys as well.
You wore it last episode, did you not?
2 episodes ago, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, but it was kind of just like, see if you like it, and let me tell you, I love it. I love it. So it's gonna be soon. It's right around the corner.
This comes in from Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Whose dog's name is Nomar, by the way.
Oh, that's a cool dog name.
We love Mike.
Dog.
Millennial Kinsman, what was the go-to AIM away message? I think I just did BRB all the time.
Nah,
lowercase.
Stupid.
I know you wouldn't like it.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It really depends. It was like the original subtweet in a lot of ways. It was usually pointed at somebody. So some sort of lyric.
Yeah, I was a big lyric guy in the away messages. Yeah, a lot of yellow card. A lot of
yellow card was good.
Yeah, it would always be like some sappy shit about a girl that didn't like me.
Can you pop a yellow card song on?
Yeah, which one do you want to hear, Steve?
I mean, what they had a couple that were just like.
Do they have more than one?
It was all yellow.
I think they had specifically a couple.
Yeah, they have few. I think
they had two.
They went right up to Universal Music Group. They were like, listen, we don't got an album, but we got a couple.
We got a couple. We got like 2 good ones.
Yeah, Yellow Card's a great band.
Ocean Avenue.
I was gonna say, they're the Ocean Avenue people.
They are the Ocean Avenue people. Everyone had this song in their away message. It was like, here I go, scream my lungs out, try to get to you. You are my only way. Everyone had this. This is a great song. You know what? This singer had sent me a video one time. Let's see if I can find it.
Like him jerking off?
On that video. Of him?
Yeah.
No.
Playing it on here is not going to do much.
Yeah. I don't think it's
not really an audio.
Very loud.
Sound like
hog cranker.
Yeah. Yeah, where is that fucking video? I know I got it.
God.
Oh, here it is.
Watching sports, so Jared will appreciate this. Right? Hi, Jared.
Hey!
I heard that
He's like, I gotta bray you.
Because he knows the words.
Yeah.
Because he loves yellow card.
Maybe we'll hang someday.
That'd be sick. I would love that. I love to
Love
hang
that.
out with you, lead singer of Yellow Card.
Comes in from Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hey guys, is there a chance Tyler gets suspended every single episode this season, or is there a percentage chance he can avoid it? Thanks, Go Sox Kid.
Have you ever thought about that, Tyler? Like what it would take for you to not fuck up? You ever
Yes.
thought about it?
It's just not who I am. I know at some point I'm going to walk into it. I'm going to do something that deserves a punishment. But I bet there will be an episode at some point where somehow I make it through. I think today's been one of my better performances.
I think we're going to get to a point where it's the series preview and Tyler has not been suspended yet. And Jared's going to have a look on his face of like, am I going to allow this to happen?
I'm a fair guy.
That moment will happen at some
I'm
point.
fair. Coley?
Yeah, I think the longer into an episode, because what was it, last episode, there was a late suspension. Like
It's like a no-hitter thing, right?
It's a no-hitter.
I get hot, though. That's the problem.
You
It's
just-
one, and then it's like 3 in 10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah, you rack
Yeah.
them up quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's going to be one where, like, it just doesn't cross Jared's mind. It might be one where one of us is missing. You know what I mean? Not necessarily Tyler. We know he will get suspended when he's not here. But if it's just like a three bagger, he might be able to survive.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a lot of credit to Steve. I think Steve's approach, where early on the suspensions piled up a little bit quick, but he's really done a great job lowering them since. So I'm trying to take after Steve in that way moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it. This comes from Socks and Beer Addict.
That's not a name.
Good Twitter
Can
follow.
we discuss on the next pod how mediocre the American League is? It's early, but Houston stinks. Texas is mid. It's just the Yankees and Baltimore. Imagine this ownership group was willing to spend not over, but up to the tax. The Red Sox could be one of the top teams in the American League, a truly disgraceful group of losers. The AL, well, it's not like the division is much different right now than you would have expected. Like, I kind of thought the Rays weren't going to be that great. They're not that great. The Jays are the most 500 team ever next to us. They're a little bit above 500. And the Orioles and Yankees are in first and second, separated by 1 game. So it's not a bad point by him. I think the main thing he's saying here is the Astros suck, which is super valid so far, 10-20. And the Rangers are a 500 club after winning the World Series. So, I don't know.
I think the Guardians are the only team you kind of look at and you say, wow, I didn't expect them to come out 20-10. And you got the Royals at 19-13. Salvador Perez going off, as we talked about earlier. Strong teams, but with that division kind of the way it is, and the Tigers fit into that conversation as well.
Twins
At
won 10
18-13.
straight. They're going to be in it too.
Yeah, they're all kind of playing. I just, the only team I look in there and I kind of feel, I guess, a little bit nervous about, I lean towards the Guardians just because you know they're going to pitch their asses off either way. I think the rest of the teams are going to sit around 500 as the year kind of goes along. They all feel in that ballpark.
Credit to the Sox, kid, because the Twins have won 10 in a row, and the Sox are still like better than they have still more wins than the Twins.
The Red Sox, I do kind of agree with this overall point. I feel like right now I've seen people more aggravated. If you talk about, oh, they should have spent, they should have done this, they should have done that. It's such a good point because, again, they've just coughed up 5 wins. Like the Red Sox could be sitting here with the best record in the AL right now if they had treated this not like a gap year, which they screamed all offseason, this is going to be a gap year. And the players, the young players, are playing at a way where it's like, yeah, if they were supported slightly more, I don't think it's that insane to think like, oh yeah, this team could have done more than compete.
Even though we're at a point now where it's like, you know, the ride has left.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take
left the
away.
station.
I'm not trying to take away from what they've accomplished, but it's more like, oh, they clearly didn't even believe in these guys as well as they have played. Otherwise, they would have supplemented them with more anything.
It really is crazy that this roster, without anything added to it, really should be like 21-11.
Yeah,
honestly, and that's not even giving them that much. So, I mean, the stat they had today on the broadcast was eye-opening. The 17-2 when they don't give up an unearned run. Like, what?
Just imagine if Lucas Giolito didn't get hurt and Andrew Bailey had the chance to work with him. Like, we've seen it with every single pitcher. We'd probably be looking at something close to prime Lucas Giolito on top of everything you already have going on here.
Yeah, I think that's super fair.
Crazy. I don't know if we've talked enough about Pivetta coming back. Big deal.
And I will say that Twins 10-game winning streak, a lot against the White Sox. Hey, the White Sox, what? They just swept the Rays, too. But
Luke keeps making the point,
through
and I don't know why more people aren't making the point. The Athletics might be the second best team in the AL since we played them. Like every time I look up, they're beating the shit out of somebody. So like I don't get all these wins. We beat the Angels. We beat all these quote unquote bad teams. Good, because you don't know who's going to be good and bad.
This took me way too long, but I finally set noties for the MLB Twitter.
Yeah.
Every third post is like, A's win.
Yeah.
It's like they win basically every day. I swear they have the 10-game winning streak. The
Twins. Mason Miller, nine pitches, 9 strikes. All.
When did we play them?
Early. It was right after Seattle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Second series of the season.
Actually, yeah. Let's see their records since.
I'm gonna look that up. When the fuck did we play the A's? We played them.
Yeah, it was the first series
of
April.
Ago. Yeah, that was April 1st through the 3rd. So since April 4th, what's the A's record? Today is May 2nd. Guess.
A game under 500.
The Oakland A's, since we played them.
I'd say 3 over.
Yeah, I'll go right over.
They are 3 over because Steve looked it up.
Wow.
It is 14 and 11.
I hadn't finished counting, but it was on pace for 3.
They are 14 and 11, which is a better record than the Dodgers, a better record than the Yankees, a better record than the Giants, the team we just played, the Tigers that everyone's blowing, the defending World Series champion Rangers. Yeah, it is
the Tigers need to get out of here. I keep looking at the wild card standings every day. I'm like, no, thumbs down. It gave me the thumbs up thing. The Tigers, get out of here, man. We got enough teams to worry about.
What do you think the Red Sox record is since they played the A's?
Probably similar.
13 and 12.
Okay.
Super similar.
I thought it would be better.
The A's are better since then. That's crazy.
Yeah. We beat a better
A's
team.
are a good team, man.
Good.
Don't let the A's get into October.
All right, we got 2 left for now. This is from Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Finish this sentence. Jarren Duran is the most electric white Red Sox player since...
Jesus.
Who? I know. I thought it was kind of weird, but it made me think, though.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
No.
Native American.
He's not, isn't he?
Jacoby wasn't electric. He had no aura.
He had zero aura.
2011, Jacoby
He was
did.
also Native American, right?
He was.
Yeah, he's Native American, yeah.
Does that not count?
Half Native American.
Why would it count?
That totally counts.
That counts?
No.
No, I'm saying
50,
like
right?
the Native American part counts as it not being.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. 1,000%.
Oh, the most electric white dude on the Red Sox since
Brock Holt.
It's funny because Jacoby probably had the whitest dad ever. We sat next to him at a Cape League game once and it was like, well, mom doesn't look like you. I know that much.
Chris Sale was pretty electric.
Sale's a good answer.
Am I wrong? I feel like the Sox are pretty flush with whites like every year. I don't know the thing.
Yeah.
Are their best guys white though? Normally,
he didn't ask best.
Electric.
Yeah, most electric white.
Joe Kelly was electric.
It's kind of weird to just end it at white, but Red Sox player.
Joe Kelly was confirmed electric.
We had Bobby Jenks for a second.
Not
Jenks that got to be in the running.
Not electric.
Are we putting him ahead of Benintendi?
I love Benny, but he wasn't electric.
No, that's not what I think of.
No.
Dude, I think electric. I think Jason Bay. That guy was a nut. They had to censor him in the post game. He was wild. Yeah, I feel like we could get you the least electric pretty quickly.
Yeah, like who outside of like Sale, what white dudes were like screaming, pumping their fists and shit?
Pivetta is electric on this team. I'd argue he's more electric than Duran now.
But Pivetta for a while didn't have the back of the baseball card to
Neither
match
did Duran.
Yeah.
Those would be the answer. I think Sale's a good one.
Yeah.
Last one comes in from Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Menunos?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah. At this point.
Okay. That'll do it. Down the deal.
Okay. The Stop and Shop look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right the fuck now. It says that in the copy. And use the promo code Section 10, and that'll get you 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop using the promo code Section 10. Correct me if I'm wrong, T-Dog. We do not have a starter named for Game 1.
Is it not Tanner Houck?
No, I thought I got him the middle game.
I thought Game 2 was a bullpen game.
I thought they announced Houck for the first game.
Did they?
Yeah. MLB's got Houck.
So, who the fuck? It's Tanner Houck versus Chris Paddock?
Mm-hmm.
And then bullpen game versus Pablo Lopez?
Oh, brother.
No?
No, I'm saying that
is correct. That's
Cooper
what
Criswell
that's what I'm
versus Cooper Criswell versus Joe Ryan?
Yeah, those are the three I'm seeing.
All right, so then I just got Tanner Houck in the middle game instead of the first game. Chris Paddock. He's not been good. 2-1 with a 5.88 ERA, a 1.69 WHIP. Yikes! Kind of surprising that he is doing this in the big leagues and not in the minors or Taiwan somewhere. He has set a new career high in innings while wearing a Twins uniform already this year with 26. He's also allowed 38 hits, 17 earned runs, 5 bombs, 6 walks, and 21 strikeouts in those 26 innings. 9 of his 17 earned runs came in a blow-up outing against the Orioles. That tends to happen against pitchers against the Orioles. His fastball still decent, 94 miles per hour. Changeup, very bad, 343 batting average against, 657 slugging percentage. He's allowed 5 home runs and 8 extra base hits total in 3 home runs and 2 doubles off the changeup. Somehow, some way, the Twins are 4-1 when he starts. The only loss being that Baltimore game. Tanner Houck, 3-2, a 1.60 ERA, a 0.92 WHIP, 9.4 strikeouts per 9, 7.1 hits per 9 is a career best. The 1.99 FIP leads MLB. The 0.92 WHIP is a career best. 0.2 home runs per 9, career best. 1.1 walks per 9, career best. Houck has gotten more ground balls than fly balls in all but one start this year. The game against the Angels. Houck has 7+ strikeouts in 4 starts this year. Coincidentally, the only 2 games he started that the Red Sox lost were when he has had 2 and 4 strikeouts. After barely throwing the splitter in his first 3 starts, Houck has incorporated at least a 24% clip in the last 3 starts. On the season, opponents hitting .231 and a .256 slug and a 30% whiff. Okay, Pablo Lopez, 2-2, a 4.83 ERA, a 1.04 WHIP, a 10.5 strikeouts per 9. His ERA is more than a run higher than his all-star season last year. He's allowing less hits, fewer walks, and striking out about the same amount of hitters. The difference is the home runs. He's allowing a career high 1.7 per 9 so far this year. He's gotten at least 11 whiffs in all but one start this year and is in the 70th percentile. Twins are 3-3 when he starts, but they have won his last 2. Cooper Criswell, 2-1, a 1.65 ERA. You knew this was going to happen. An 0.98 WHIP and a 6.1 strikeouts per 9. Last 2 starts, 10 innings, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. He's been extremely effective at limiting hard contact despite not missing bats. 8th percentile in whiff and 18th in strikeout percentage, 90th hard hit percentage, and 81st barrel percentage. His changeup has been a weapon for him. 190 batting average against, 190 slug. He doesn't have a single strikeout with it. And only 10% whiff rate, which is bizarre. The Red Sox are 3-0 when he starts games this year. Joe Ryan is good. He's 1-1, 3.38 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, 10.6 strikeouts per 9, 41 strikeouts this year in 34 innings pitched with only 5 walks, a 2.79 FIP. So he's been even better than advertised. He's not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any start this year. He has 3 starts of 7+ strikeouts, including 12 against the Detroit Tigers. He has pitched into the 6th inning in every start and has completed 6 in 4 of 6 starts. Big time fastball guy. His sweeper is his go-to strikeout pitch. He only throws it 16% of the time, but opponents are hitting 172 with a 310 slug and a 40% whiff rate against it. The Twins are 4-2 when he starts and have won 2 straight. So, again, that is Tanner Houck versus Chris Paddock. That's a win. It's a bullpen game against Pablo Lopez. That's a win. It's Cooper Criswell against Joe Ryan. That's a coin flip. So, because it's on the road, I'm going sweep. Prediction time. Sweep. Jake?
Yeah, they won 10 straight. They're about to lose 3 straight. I got a sweep.
Yeah, I'm joining Jake on the sweep. T-Dog.
I do fear the sausage a little bit. I don't know how many people are familiar with what they got going on over there. There's some weird vibes with that sausage they're keeping in a package. My hope is the sausage actually opens up during this series and they all get infected. It's a plague of some sort, and we see the entire team die.
Jesus
that would be.
Christ.
I'm not trying to be too graphic or anything like that.
I mean, that's about as graphic as it gets.
I thought it was already graphic,
Yeah,
and then he wants to kill the whole roster.
Jesus Christ, man.
The sausage is going to kill everybody.
Boom sauce. Murder the Twins.
It's so irresponsible to keep a sausage like that in a package.
They're going to have Anthony
weeks.
Edwards pitching by game 3.
It's like if 9/11, but if it were a big sausage, you know? It's like kind of like that.
Yeah. I want it to go quick, too. I don't want him to suffer. I want it to happen fast.
Fuck is going on with
But no,
this
I won't say they'll all die, so I'll take 2 out of 3 in this series. Give me Tanner Houck in that first game. I think we still see him continue to dominate. Their lineup is really good. They're 8th in weighted runs created plus, so they've been one of the better in baseball. But the pitching staff is really mediocre. I think they're 17th in ERA. So give me the Paddock game as a win and give me the bullpen game as a win. I think they dropped the final Joe Ryan shutout against the Red Sox last year. Still lives in my head because he absolutely carved them up to death. So I think the Red Sox bounce back with 2 wins and that winning streak for the Twins. Drop the last one like they did this series.
Okay. Call it.
Extremely positive. I don't like teams with lucky meats. Like that's just, it doesn't, it makes me nervous that there's meats abound. However, Von Grissom is here as well.
Yeah,
and
you didn't factor that in, did you?
Yeah, I do think that's going to be like, all right, all the injured guys, like they're starting to come back. Like it's not permanent, like the death Tyler is wishing upon our opponent. It's not like this permanent, you go down, you never come back. Like Vaughn's here. Pavetta should be coming up soon. Bayo right behind that. The reinforcements are starting. I guess they're just the regular enforcements. The enforcements are starting to come. So I'll take 2 out of 3. I do agree. Joe Ryan scares the shit out of me, but I do think that's the one we win. Along with the Houck one, which, by the way, shout out Nesson, cutting up a quick commercial of the entire Houck start to try and sell more tickets. That was an unbelievable thing to see. Like I'll never get over. Like it's forcing me to remember like a good again, great start. No doubt, great start. They're acting like it was Pedro and Clemens were taking alternating turns on the mound.
Well, they absolutely needed new commercials because I was going to point this out. I was going to make a note of it, but there was like a Red Sox, Nesson, tune in, and it was flashing highlights of all players that were hurt and like out for the year. Like every single, I think the only player that they showed that was alive was Devers. It was just like Casas, Pavetta, Grissom, Tyler O'Neill,
Bayo,
Story, Bayo, Whitlock,
Bogarts,
Hendricks, all the fellas.
Yeah, they needed to go back to the drawing board on the fucking promotional assets.
The way they caught, did you see this, the Houck one?
No.
They made it seem like it was 27 up, 27 down on 27 pitches. Like great start. I have no qualms with the start, but they're really milking it.
I love it.
That game will get replayed all offseason. That will be their go-to game from the season. They play over and over again.
Yeah, good. I love seeing that shit. You know, you homegrown players that have been in the system for a while, that have been in the big leagues for a while, that finally figured it out. Like, milk that success for everything that it's worth. Love
Help
that.
Extension Day.
Yeah, that's something we were talking about with Maz on the Baseball Hour on 98.5 The Sports Hub about how not signing Houck to an extension, like even just like through his 7 starts, like he just fucking quadrupled his value for whatever the price tag was in spring training. It basically just 5x'd.
They were desperate before. I don't see why you wouldn't try to figure it out now because he hasn't ruled out talking about it in season. Get after it.
I don't think he gives a shit, honestly.
It's still 2028 too. Like I'm not against it by any means, especially if Bailey's going to be here long term. I guess that's the content. Like, can you sign a contract and tether it to a guy? Like it came out today, Charles Barkley becomes an immediate free agent if TNT loses the NBA. So like if Andrew Bailey gets hired away this offseason, like if the fucking Houston Astros name him, like Tanner Houck's contract immediately becomes void.
That's what Shohei's deal is. Everyone thought that it was attached to Ipe, but it's attached to like the front office.
It's like Friedman, right? Yeah.
And the owner. Yeah. It's like if there's like certain front office people who leave the organization, he can opt out, which is crazy. But
this is like in reverse. Like the team can cancel it, not the player. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
That could be mutual. You just pay Andrew Bailey to stay. It's pretty simple.
Agreed. I need him here. I need him and Breslow because I do think Bailey gets some of Breslow's credit too. He was cooking in Chicago. It's like I think they're just very aligned, which is great. Like I don't want either of them going anywhere anytime soon if these are the results.
What's this audit that's going on? Wait, Steve, prediction.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, I got nobody getting murdered in this series. I think everybody survives.
Everyone walks out okay.
Bold take for these Red Sox. The bold take.
I'm just saying. I don't think anyone dies. I have Sox winning 2 out of 3, like Tyler and Coley. Love the Houck game. He's got an even 1 ERA on the road this season. Pablo Lopez has only averaged 4 2/3 innings pitched over his last 4 starts. I think they can get to him there. Yeah, I got the same as Tyler. I think they win the first 2 and lose the last one. And I just wanted to mention the Red Sox haven't swept the Twins in Minnesota since 2013. So hopefully, I'd like to be wrong in this one and have Jared and Jake be right.
Yeah, they do.
Pedroia homered in that series, I think.
Yeah.
Even not knowing the odds are high.
They're due.
80, dude.
That's all that says to me. What's this audit about, Tyler? They're gonna like, how do you audit player development people or front office
Everybody's
people?
fired.
So they're contacting Sportsology Group, which they're out of New York, and they've worked with teams in the NFL, the Eagles, the 49ers. They've worked in the MLS, the NBA, which I know really hit Coley because they've worked with the Wizards, who have been an absolute disaster over there. They've also been working with Liverpool. Sam Kennedy talked about it. But this was apparently at Craig Breslow's request. And where I tend to walk with this conversation, this is his way to, understand the entire organization while also trying to make everything work in the big leagues right now. You only have so much time with the state of the organization. But I think the big conversation about, a bit why some front office executives didn't want to come here was because of how bloated the front office was. That there had been these carryovers and these holdovers through multiple regimes that just made it so that whoever was walking into this immediately had a million people barking at them, a million people that had different roles and been promoted because they were part of the family, however you want to frame it. I think this is Craig Breslow's way of, he didn't have the cachet when he got hired to say, hey, we need to clear some of these guys out. It's a little too cluttered. We need to do it this way. I think bringing in this organization, he hopes is going to kind of streamline that process for him, and he'll be able to cut a little bit of that extra fat off and make the organization what he wants to, instead of entering what basically Chaim Bloom had when he was here and trying to work with, all the different people that were left over. And then we probably see him hire a GM.
Okay. Steve?
Just saw an interesting line from Spear that kind of summed it up. And T-Dog.
What's the name of his podcast, Tyler?
310 to left.
Check it out.
Download, rate, subscribe.
He said Breslow Breslow sees the external audit as a way of getting beyond that transitional discomfort as quickly as possible and expediting those decisions about organizational structure and members of the front office so that the Red Sox can arrive at a more settled state. I honestly thought that Breslow said that, but that was Alex Spear that said it about Breslow's decision. I've seen this happen at other companies, and it's always pitched as like a, hey, guys, now, again, this shouldn't change much. We're just going to do a little this, little that. I can promise you everybody is peeing their pants that's in those positions, because there's no reason you would do this if not to trim some of the fat that you deem not necessary within the organization. So I thought it was an interesting thing, but Breslow very clearly made it known he wants to do this now instead of having it go on throughout the season and people kind of not, am I good? Do I have the same role as before? Is everything all right? He's really kind of set the tone here that after this, if you're still with us, like, we very much value your contributions to the club.
I wonder how much Theo played a role into this. And I think, going off the Spear and Karen podcast, I thought there was some incredible stuff in there Theo was talking about with how much he's been talking to Breslow. Like, we all sit here and we were like, damn, I hope Theo and him are talking. I hope they're doing stuff. He's admitted there's been weeks where they're talking 3 to 4 times. And like, there's been things while, he doesn't expect Theo for Breslow to reach out over 40-man moves. They've even discussed stuff like that. And Theo himself brought up Bill LaJoy. That is major. We all brought that up. Nobody else friggin' said that. But for him to be like, no, I'm kind of playing this role with Craig right now, and, I'm enjoying it. It's working well. You are already surpassing what you did with Chaim Bloom in terms of this organization operating the way it needs to. Because when Chaim was here, he never had that guy. He never had someone to lean on as the first-time exec. And I think that's why we saw Chaim step in, some holes that seemed obvious at times, like that 2022 trade deadline, some of the disconnect with the clubhouse. And I think you can argue even with what Breslow has done so far, and maybe this is because he was a former player, the reinforcements and how he's kind of brought pieces in the last couple of weeks feels a lot more aggressive than what we've seen in the last couple of years here. When guys went down, it was kind of like, hey, I'm not trying to crap on Bob, seriously, but it'd be like, hey, we're going to run with Bob. Like, it's Bob's time, whatever. If we have a problem, Kike, keep going out there. We're going to do months of this. Or Ryan Brazier, you're going to get years to figure it out here. It feels like they're, kind of pushing things a little bit more urgently. And Alice Cora made a point to say yesterday, man, I love like all the additions we're bringing in, the stuff we're doing on that aspect. That says something. For a guy who's done his fair share of complaining and been upset about how they've handled the roster, to hear him kind of show some love to Breslow for that, that's a big deal to me. And there was a line in that Spear article from Breslow where he basically said, listen, if people are going to be afraid or they're going to complain, whatever, this is what he said. Candidly, I can't be afraid to upset the apple cart if that's what's required, but I don't want to upset the apple cart for the sake of upsetting the apple cart. I need to be intentional and deliberate around the change I intend to implement. Like Steve said, for guys that are, sitting there and they've been comfortable, they've just been a voice through these regimes, you should be nervous because Craig Breslow's looking for the reasoning and the why to bring to John Henry and say, hey, you may not have thought I could have made this decision when you hired me. Well, look, I got someone backing me. I got evidence behind it. Now let me cook. And that's how he'll become, or Craig Breslow will get his version of the Boston Red Sox.
Okay. Am I forgetting anything? Steve? Oh, fucking yeah, I am. Sorry.
The weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. First game Friday, 8:10 p.m. Eastern first pitch. It's going to be 66 degrees. It's getting down into the upper 50s by the end of the game. Mostly cloudy, only a 4% chance of rain. They should be able to avoid rain all series long in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Saturday, game 2, 2:10 p.m. Eastern first pitch, 56 degrees. It's actually going to get warmer as the game goes on, nearing 60 degrees by the later stages of game 2. Partly cloudy, only a 5% chance of rain. Series finale Sunday, 2:10 as well on the East Coast. For first pitch, 63 degrees, getting up to 67 degrees as the game goes on. It is going to be sunny, clear skies, 0% chance of rain. Beautiful day at the Ball Yard on Sunday in Minnesota. And that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Yeah, you got to chew them with your mouth. Put them right on in there. Cole, any final thoughts today?
Just excited to watch Vaughn, really. Like, it's really all no more Zach Short. I'm all set.
Thanks for coming out, man.
I'm in on Vaughn, out on Short. Yeah. Mullen. Catillo, by the way, I don't know if it was like locked in that Dom Smith was signing here, but it felt like Dom Smith like had a gun to his head, like tweet out that I'm signing today. And the Red Sox were like, I guess we're signing Dom Smith.
Which would also line up with the fact that he was so ready to go. It's like he already had his jersey made, and he's like, I know you haven't signed me yet, but look, I can play first base. And I'm here,
they signed him at like 6:59. It was absurd.
He said he was like, I met a majority of these guys in the dugout right before the game started.
He was just standing outside the park. He's like, Chris, you're going to have to send this tweet, dude.
Also, almost got hurt 10 minutes into the game. Like,
wow.
legit smashed his hand off the railings.
Right in the penis region. I was like, this might be some broken balls.
Mm-hmm. Steve, final thoughts?
Yeah, last thing. We are auctioning off a 1-of-1 custom Section 10 vest that was done by a very loyal listener, Leslie. The proceeds are going to go to the Jimmy Fund. Very excited about that. And yeah, that's coming up next week.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got the Citrus Hills Fuck This shirt on there. Oh. It's got the classic Section 10 on the back. A couple of the Do Damage is on the front. So it's a really cool vest.
That is cool. It's got some of the throwbacks on there.
It does.
I'm excited about that. T-Dog, final thoughts?
Just shout out Marcel Meyer. Continuing to swing it well down at AA. 301, 337, 470, 807. Out of the big three, he's made the biggest statement to start the year. So if you thought Marcelo Meyer was cooked or he wasn't going to last, I think he's made it pretty clear. He's one of the best prospects in all of baseball. And if you doubted him, stop it. Because the stock's going right
Knock it off.
I love that. You stop now.
Silly Billy, you just stop that.
If you doubted him, cut the malarkey.
Yeah.
Hey, cut it out now. I see it down and cut it out.
It just, a lot of people got very quiet. They had no problem questioning that hit tool all off season, and
not
here
me.
He is.
Not me.
K rate's going down 23%.
You want to tell the other two to start hitting, maybe?
Yeah, I think for Roman, the big thing is he needs to cut the Ks down. Cal Teal, he's been heating up the last couple games.
He did, but their numbers are almost the same, like similar mid 600s OPS. You know who's been looking good? Blaze Jordan.
Yes, Eastern League Player of the Week. What, the previous week now? Just absolutely went off, and he was rough the first couple
All right. Well, see, that's where you get yourself in trouble. Like, he's tearing the cover off the ball, and our number one prospect as of right now, Nico Cavadas. Stop signing first baseman. Call up the guy who hits a home run every time he steps in the box.
They've been worried about the K percentage.
I don't give a fuck. Cedon Rafaela gets a lot of at-bats on the big league club. I don't want to hear it.
He'd be doing it shortstop and center field.
I just want to add real quick before we close, shout out to the Boston Bruins because they agreed with the Maple Leafs to not score until we finish recording this episode.
That's true. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Boston Bruins. Jake's takes?
I just really hope no one dies this series because we're going to have to scrub this episode off the internet like right away.
It's going to be a real bad look for me. A lot of murder on my name.
Yeah. All right. Go Bees. Hopefully, by the time this comes out and you're listening to it, you're not like they fucking lost, asshole. But
there'd be a game 7.
There'd be a game
which
7.
I would feel really good.
Not a single Bruins fan expects them to win game 7 in Boston.
That'd be a guaranteed win, obviously.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back on Sunday night, which means Monday for you guys. Enjoy the weekend. Go Sox, man. Go Sox. The fuck, bro. Yeah.
Buenas noches, amigos.